Welcome everyone to another episode of Immortalized in Stone. Hope everyone's doing well. Now, last week there wasn't a show because I was doing some classes. Going forward, I will still do them. I just don't know when it's going to be because I got to check my schedule. Because hopefully, starting next week, I should be working. So if that goes according to plan, it is an early shift job. So the show would probably be early at 8 o'clock at the latest starting and probably running for about 2 hours. So
Cool.
just to let everyone know.
I hope you get that job, man.
Thanks. Because there's a couple of things I looked into. That job that I'm talking about would be being a truck dispatcher, which would be great, because I get to work on the computer basically.
Right.
And if that falls through, though, I've been taking classes to be a state trooper, so we'll see what happens.
Good shit. Nice.
Yeah, because in Florida there is no age restriction to be anything in public service.
Right.
So there was a guy in the class who recently graduated, and he's going to start being a trooper at 65. So,
Wow.
yeah. So it's cool. It's it's something I always wanted to do. So we'll see what happens. Whatever one works out and pays the bills, that's what we'll be doing.
All right.
But we were talking about, just to run everyone up to speed, I was looking for a piece, that would fit next to my Hellboy 2 PF. And the Temptation of Lady Death is out. It's been out for a while. So they have a deal where if you pick it up, it's free shipping. And I have the points, so I'm debating whether I'm going to pick that up with the points.
Yeah, I like that piece a lot, man.
I do. I like it too.
Yeah, it's got a lot of sex appeal, I guess is the best way to say it, while looking badass. She's definitely a character that would work next to Hellboy, and it fits in the case. That's a plus.
Where I've seen a couple reviews recently. It looks badass, and I don't know. I'm kind of glad I didn't jump the gun because it kind of would have been an impulsive buy when I first saw it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But I don't know. I'm happy for anybody that has it.
I agree, because I thought the same way. I was going to buy it the minute it came out, and then I said, let me hold on and see what else might pop up. I think probably I may hold off till at least San Diego Comic-Con so I see what's being released. And then after that, if nothing really catches my eye to, oh my God, I got to get that, then I'll probably pick it up. A cool thing, I'll show it quickly. I picked up a new gaming chair, so I'm happy about that. Needed a new one. And this thing's like being in a car seat, so it really supports it. But I don't know. We were discussing too. There's a bunch of new stuff as well coming out. So I guess whenever the guys switch back on, we'll see what happens. But let me bring up some stuff. I know there's something Cask we were discussing prior to coming on that would be way up Cask's alley. So if he comes on, we'll definitely discuss that because, he likes to die around them. So let's go to this one I wanted. Sarge.
My bad, bro. I'm just at work in a second.
Alrighty. I just jumped to a sideshow site so I could show some of the new stuff. Although I do still have to pick up that Black Canary, so I may want to use the points on that too. Well, we got the Vampirella art print that looks amazing. Also, I see the Alex Ross Liberty and Justice JLA lithograph. That looks pretty cool. Let me click on this because this I didn't. Oh yeah, that. Now that I'm looking at it, that's definitely up Cask's alley or Tim's. So if he come, we'll wait and see if he comes on and discuss it then. But let's look at this because this is what I didn't see before. Oh, it's just like a teaser. So apparently we're going to be getting an Incredible Hulk life-size bust.
Oh, that too. Oh shit, I totally forgot about that.
Yeah, I just saw the teaser thing. It doesn't actually show the bust. But...
No. There's actually a video.
There is?
Yeah. There's a teaser video. It's actually getting a little bit of heat. People are saying it's too small. At least for fucking Hulk. I just slapped the shit out of this mosquito that had been trying to eat my cheeks for the last 25 minutes. I killed that shit just now.
Nice.
Oh my god. But 24 inches tall, and the base is kind of big. So I don't know. People been.
I don't know. For me, there seems to be this conception with statue collectors today for some reason that they want everything huge.
Where?
And for me, I don't get it. As a collector, I want stuff that's going to fit in my collection. I don't want to get something that's so damn big that I can only get a few of them, and it takes up my whole collection. But I guess we're kind of the minority.
Yeah, I hear you, man. Sometimes size does matter. Like, I don't know. It's situational, you know what I mean? Like, if you have an entire Avengers lineup, and then your Captain America is bigger than the Hulk, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, that I agree. I can see that point of view. Like we were discussing. So, for anyone who doesn't know, there's going to be a 1/5 scale Hulk that's coming out in that new Avengers line.
Yeah.
And we were just discussing it, me and Chris, how we would love to get him. But one of the things is we want him to fit in the cabinet, but also still be bigger than the other pieces. So as long as he fits in that line, I'm going to get him. Otherwise, it's a pass.
And right now, I don't know. Another thing that's kind of keeping me on the fence is the face sculpt. But all the other Avengers in that lineup, I'm pretty sure Thor had like a switch out head. I think Captain America definitely had a switch out, and Iron Man did too. So I'm pretty sure we're gonna see another face. Hopefully we'll see that shit. Yeah, hopefully we'll see it in San Diego Comic-Con.
Yeah, that's like I told you. I'm not jumping the gun on any pieces till I see what's coming out at San Diego.
Yeah, because San Diego should be big, bro.
They could wow us with something like, oh shit, that's what I've been waiting for.
Yeah, it should be a big deal. It should be a lot to cover on the show of that week. Because remember, Prime 1 is releasing a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
You know? And then STG CC is right around the corner too. So we're gonna see shit from HMO, XM. There's gonna be a lot of stuff coming out.
Yeah. Now, like I said before, I'm not gonna show it unless he doesn't show up within the hour. But I do that piece we were discussing. That is definitely up Tim's alley.
Oh man, I wanted to hit him up, but he don't be on Facebook like that. So I was just like, you know what? I'll save that shit for the show. But I was considering it for myself, but I had to soul search and just convince myself, like, yo, stay in your lane. You know what I mean?
That's the thing. Don't get me wrong. I love looking at the versus pieces, but to now jump into getting involved in that on top of the single pieces. Nah, man, I don't got the room, nor do I want to get into another line of collecting.
I hear you. For me, like dioramas, they're really nice. Like the Hulk and Wolvie, that shit is
Mhm.
beautiful. But for me, um, like for an individual piece, I want the attention all based on that one piece. Even if I have like a Hulk statue and then a Wolverine statue next to it, when you look at that piece, all your attention is fixed on it. When you look at
Yeah.
a dio, like not to say that it gets lost, but I just I like appreciating, one character at a time. That's pretty much it.
Well, the other problem that you get with them as well is a lot of times one guy, depending on what angle you show it from,
Yeah.
one person is predominantly seen.
Yeah, that's true too.
So you look at this piece and you're like, well, I can't see both their faces because
Yeah.
they're facing off against each other.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So that's an issue. I'm just hoping too that now, of course, we got Zatanna, so that's I guess supposed to be our DC fix. But I'm hoping to see a big name Flash would be preferable dropped at San Diego Comic Con. Now I don't know because like Zatanna just was shown, but I'm hoping.
Yeah, it honestly wouldn't surprise me. They released that art print a couple months ago, so to
Mhm.
see a PF at San Diego, it would not surprise me one bit. I'd go as far as saying that you guys should probably expect it, because I really do feel like San Diego is going to be a big, big event.
Because he is the one hole for me, and I'm sure Fate feels the same way.
Mhm.
But looking, I have a pretty big DC collection, and that's the one person that's missing of the main characters.
Right, right.
So hopefully we'll get him.
Yeah. I agree. I agree, man. Sorry for being silent, man.
Nah, you good, bro.
All right.
How you think he'll come though? You think he'll be in the traditional format that Batman, Joker, Harley Quinn are in, mixed media, or you think he'll be fully sculpted like Green Lantern or something?
Fully sculpted.
Yeah.
I think more like the Green Lantern,
What would you prefer though?
fully sculpted.
Yeah.
And
Um,
there's
probably fully sculpted, but I mean, I gotta see. I mean, if they pull it off, I mean, I gotta see for myself. If mix.
if it looks good like Superman, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
Or even
But
Catwoman, like if you did, and I know it wouldn't be the TV show, but with that kind of leather that he wears, I could see that working. But unfortunately, that's not the old comic book style. So
exactly
Yeah.
because that's what it's, in my opinion, it's going to be. We already saw Prime One's going to do the new 52, so I don't see Sideshow going that route. And all of their DC stuff has been the old school costumes, so I really don't see them going away from that. And if you really think about it, other than Zatanna, who's going to look more like the Joker, which I'm happy about, because as far as I'm concerned, the Joker has the best mix of fully of sculpting versus clothing, and the way it's tailored is amazing. But I think after seeing Green Lantern, my guess would be that the Flash is going to be fully sculpted and maybe have that sheen to him that the Green Lantern has. I'm not sure on that, but it's possible.
Yeah.
That metallic paint look.
now I would like to see Green Arrow mixed media.
Yes, I agree 100%.
Yeah.
And what I would love them to do now, this would be going outside the box, but I think this is how you could really sell the exclusive as a must-have. And if you did the Green Arrow, you do one head, the normal with the beard, the gold hair, the blonde hair, the hat, the whole getup.
Yeah.
But then do the other head similar to the show, where he's got a hood on and that whole thing.
Oh.
I think
Do it.
I think that would be awesome. because you get to, depending on what arrow you like, that would be, you could have it both ways. And technically, if you liked them both, you could just get 2 exclusives and display them differently.
Wow.
I also think, I don't know, we'll see what you guys think too. Would you rather have, let's say, him pulling the arrow out of the quiver, or would it not it on the bow?
That's a good question, actually. Man, that's a good question.
I don't know. Maybe him holding the bow and arrow together, but in a downward formation, not in the actual shooting formation.
Oh, you see? Fate knows. Fate knows. That
No,
would fit the museum aspect of all the rest.
That's what I was going for.
Yeah, I would have it like that. Like, you're going to get it, but you ain't getting it yet.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, that would probably be the ideal pose. It would like fit in with the museum quality of the other pieces. You know?
And I like it because when you do the pose like this, now you're taking up a lot of space as well.
Yeah, you are.
Bro,
and
there's another.
Down, you can see everything. You can see the bow, the arrow, him, everything in one.
And he'd be like staring you down, being like, "Don't do it."
Yeah. Hopefully, Sasha will take notes on that.
Exactly, especially because for the people who never read the Green Arrow, especially the older stuff like the first editions and whatnot, the Green Arrow was definitely meant for mature audiences. There was a lot of nudity in them, but also there's a lot of violence. Like, he was like old school Batman who didn't take no shit. This dude killed people. It wasn't like, I'm going to cuff you and bring you to jail. He shot you. He killed you. So that's something that would be cool as well.
Now, I wouldn't mind having as exclusives the variant arrows that he has.
That's another good option.
like a fire and ice or something like that. Or something of the sort.
Or yeah, I could actually see them doing. I mean, if not a switch out head, I think that would be the next best thing. The next logical thing that Sasha would probably do.
Well, even with the switch out head, if you didn't want to go like Arrow TV show, you could still do the old school and then kind of the new 52 look.
Yeah.
So you have that option as well. Because there's a lot of people that think like the old school, they were kind of going, let's face it, for the Robin Hood-esque look. So he kind of does have an older Robin Hood feel to him. So some people might not be into that. Others might. That's why I think the 2 heads is the way to go. But also, I would like to see also part of the exclusive being the arrows, like Fate said.
Yeah, that would be dope as hell.
I'm trying to think of who else I would love to see. You know, because of course, with the arrow, I would put Black Canary next to him.
But the way they made her, that pose goes with the girls. It doesn't go with Arrow.
But it's in my case. There's no. Most of my collection is anyone could see, other than like that, because they're just male and female. But I like to put a lot of the couples together.
Oh yeah,
so
definitely.
That's why I would do that. But
see, that's what I'm saying. The way they made Joker and Harley is like, you know, it's a companion.
Yeah.
But by the way they put Canary in the middle of the streets, they ain't gonna put Canary or.
You know why though? Because that was the Birds of Prey line. Basically.
Exactly. She's made for them, not for him. That's what I'm saying.
But then again, you could say Batgirl doesn't really fit because Batgirl's on a base too.
I think Batgirl fits. She goes actually better with the Harley and Joker.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. she matches Harley Joker.
I mean, more perfectly, but Batman is similar too. It's just that he has the gargoyle.
Mm-hmm. Which made sense because Batman's always on a rooftop.
Yeah.
And my God, I want to talk about it so bad, but I don't want to ruin shit for anyone. Please tell me you saw the last episode of Gotham.
Oh yeah, my man Cyrus Gold.
Yeah, but did you not get chills when you see? I'm not going to say what, but at the very end, when it goes up the camera, and I'm like,
oh yeah. Dude, I was clapping, man.
And I don't know how many other people noticed, but they had some of the music from the 80s Batman in there. It was real low in the background.
I didn't pay attention to it.
Yeah, if you ever rewatch it, just listen for it. You'll hear it. It's like, oh, it had that 89 Batman music in there, but it was very subtle. You know, only a huge Batman fan that watched that movie a million times would catch it. But.
Man, yo, on the topic of shows and movies, big fucking news, man. Well, number one, Tom Hardy's playing Venom in what was supposed to be a Sony produced film, but in a recent interview, it was made known that he's joining the MCU, so Marvel's gonna have a hand in Venom as well. He's gonna share the same universe as who plays Spider-Man.
The Avengers and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, that's what I like because that was the deal that Marvel worked out with Sony. So if they could only do that with Fox now, we'd be good.
I know, that would be great. We get the X-Men back.
And a real Fantastic Four.
Actually, I don't know. I haven't read into it yet, but it seems that Fox is making yet another Fantastic Four movie, and it's going to be catered for kids, like a kid-friendly Fantastic Four movie. Like, how many times are they going to shit the bed?
Right? It's one of the premier Marvel franchises. Like, when the comics first came out, they were one of the first. And you're destroying the name of the Fantastic Four.
I know. They're really like, I don't know why they're doing. What is this going to be, like the third or fourth time they're going to reboot it?
This will be the fourth. Yeah.
My goodness. Huh?
I like the first one.
The first one I think it was the best out of all of them.
Yeah, if they would have done better with that whole Michael Chiklis costume, it would have been fine.
Yeah.
I didn't bother me that bad.
But that new one that was
now the new one, I still didn't see that. I was
it's not something you're missing. Because I don't know, it could have been good. That's the best way I could say it. I wasn't bothered by them using, the different actors that most people didn't think fit the character. The problem was Doom. They totally shit the bed with Doom. If they would have done a normal Doom that made some bit of sense, we could have, looked past everything else. Mm-hmm. But when you make Doom like this guy that's glowing like glitter, and I'm like, what the fuck? Where the hell did you come up with that idea? Because I'd love to slap the shit out of whoever.
Hey, he watches the show, right?
Probably. It just doesn't make sense. Doom is such a great character with so much out there that you could have read, found out about the character, his powers, and this, that, and the other thing. But instead, you come across with some ludicrous story that makes no sense.
I know what you're talking
What's
about.
going on, everybody?
Yo,
Yo.
what's up, Carlos?
Good seeing everyone.
What's up, Super
Long
Lobo?
time. What's
Sure.
up?
Yo, that's another thing I think we might see at San Diego, man. Prime 1, 3rd scale Lobo.
The Lobo?
Yeah, that would be sick.
Yeah, I ain't getting it.
But I mean, they're showing Justice League stuff everywhere, so I would love to see a really big trailer with stuff we haven't seen at San Diego. I mean, hell, they already screwed up by leaking the pictures of Superman in his costume. So I was like, well,
see those.
why not? Yeah, they showed. I don't know if I want to say it on here, but
oh, you talking about the color of his costume and all that?
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right.
I mean, if you're watching this and we're on YouTube, you know about.
All right, hold on.
Looks like.
Let's give you fair warning. We're going to discuss it. So if you don't want to know, skip ahead about 15 or 20 minutes.
Yeah, Superman wearing a tie-dye outfit. He's going to the 70s.
Yes, he's got the long hair again. That's an homage. And then
what's that outfit?
The different costumes. It kind of reminds me of when what's his name was gonna play Superman. The guy that played Ghost Rider.
Oh, Nicolas Cage?
Thank you. That's it.
Okay.
It had that long hair.
Oh, please.
I watched it. That was a very good, though, for anyone who is interested. There's a show that's on, HBO or one of those channels that talks about that movie and how it was going to be.
Oh, yeah, the documentary of that.
Yes, it's a very good. Yeah. When you see some of the ideas they had for the movie, like his costume with the neon lights, you're like, where the hell were they going?
It's all right. Let them do what they wanted to do. Thank God they didn't do it.
Yeah, exactly.
It was fucking crazy. I always liked the... oh, God, I'm sorry.
Then I was going to say you heard about they wanted him to fight a giant spider.
Yeah.
What?
I'll look it up for you guys so you can have
it. All right.
Yeah, it's called The Death of Superman Lives.
Ridiculous.
Is the name of the program.
There's a reason why it didn't happen, man.
No, yeah, when you see this, you'll know exactly why it didn't happen. But originally, Kevin Smith wrote the script, and it sounds good. If you listen to what his script was, it sounded okay. But then when you see what they wanted to change it into, you were like, yeah, no wonder why it never saw the light of day.
Well, way.
Hey, Lou, you saw that Sonic, right?
Hey, Omar.
What's going on, guys?
What's going on?
That's it right there. What's up? Sonic what? Sonic the Hedgehog?
Yeah, the statue.
Yeah, that one I saw.
What is that? First 4 figures?
Yeah, it's pretty hot, man. I like it.
The exclusive is dope as hell.
Yeah. But unfortunately, it doesn't fit.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like you have all these comic book statues, and then you're going to put Sonic the Hedgehog.
You talking about like it physically doesn't fit, or like in the theme of your collection?
Yeah, the
collection.
Oh, okay.
Man, I'll have to set them off somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So.
That's why I got my Zelda stuff right now still in the boxes, because it's like I have Zelda and Ganon. I just need a Link. But it's like, where am I going to put these fucking things? Unless I put them in a different room.
Well, yeah, you have to put them in their own group. Now, see, that's the thing. You don't want to shoot yourself in the foot and be like, wow, I had a chance to get this other video game character, and I already own one, but I didn't get it because it didn't fit with the 90% of my other collection. So I don't know.
Yeah, because I also have a Lara Croft, which needs to go with a gaming
Right.
place.
But that's
Like I have my one little section when I do the room tour soon, because it's almost ready, on the other side of the door, and that's where my Street Fighter stuff is, but it's all Street Fighter. So there's no real room for the other stuff.
That'll work though. You can put. I mean, that is a video game.
I mean, yeah, it would work if I had the room, but the shelf has just enough space for the Street Fighter characters that I want.
Yeah, I like that collection. It's very clean, very streamlined. You know, I like it a lot.
Exactly, because I'm with you. I don't like, and I'm sure most of the guys on here are, and it's why there was a change from this collection to my old one. I don't really like that cluttered look of too much stuff just to have more shit on the shelf. This one's this way and this one's this way, and it's all jumbled up. I don't like how that looks.
Oh shit! Welcome to the. Well, you're in the rich world, man. I'm looking at the poor world right here, boy. Look at it, it's powdered up, all tight.
But that's different. I mean, you have what, thousands of pieces?
Just a few.
Because I don't know, like a lot of people haven't followed you from the beginning, at least that have watched this show. Look at some of his older room tours where he goes into his other room and shows those cases that are just packed solid with hot toys
and garage.
Yeah.
I know what you're saying, but yeah, I think I've outgrown like a lot of the shit that I've got. Just want to move on, just freshen it up, you know, just keep it simple.
Because you had like one whole cabinet, I believe, was nothing but your military stuff.
Oh yeah, that's up here above me. But I had to put a lot of them away, like at least 100. It's crazy,
right? To talk about putting 100 pieces away.
Yeah, imagine how many like thousands of little like guns and bananas. That was fun. I love that. I still love that. Gundam.
That's why you don't understand when you say, I physically can't save all these boxes because you're talking about thousands of boxes.
Yeah.
Seriously, it's crazy.
I mean, hell, I got these really hardcore metal shelves.
Yeah.
And they go around my garage, and all my statue boxes are in them. So,
okay.
And it takes up so much space. You're like, holy mother.
So you like file them away.
Yeah, this way, if I ever need to get at them, you just yank it out and you're ready to go.
And what do you do with the multiple boxes of actually one statue? You save it as well, right?
Yeah, I put them together. But that's the thing, it's people don't get it. You talk about storing the statues, displaying them. Well, you got to store the damn boxes too, unless you know for sure. Hell, I'm never moving. I'm never selling my stuff.
Yeah.
Then I say, fuck you, get rid of them. But unless that's the case, you kind of got to save them. And around down here, because of the heat, most people don't have attics, including us. So you got to put the boxes in the garage, but you also want to get your cars in there. So.
That's true too. But if you're on I heard you're on 10 acres, why don't you just build a little shed, a hanging out? Just kidding. I'm kidding.
In Florida, you don't get no 10 acres unless you're living on a ranch.
I'm going down at Monday, I think.
What's funny is we got more land than most because we're on a cul-de-sac.
Right.
But a lot of the houses, people joke about it, but it reminds you of Brooklyn. You could literally, if the guy next door stuck his hand out the window and you stuck your hand out the window, you could high-five each other.
Okay. Oh, wow.
So
That's tight.
yeah, it's
For being
not
in
with
Florida.
us. Not with us because we're on a cul-de-sac again.
Right,
We have
get
the
that.
extra space. Yeah, but
Nice.
everyone else, you can kind of touch.
It's cool. Omar, what up, baby?
What's going on, man?
You're concentrating, man. I like it.
Yo, San Diego Comic-Con. Stop by the PCS booth, and you'll see me and can say hi.
Oh, you working there?
Yeah, PCS.
Nice.
If you go on to San Diego Comic Con, bring tomatoes, and then go to the PCS booth.
A bag of tomatoes. Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be like the bow tie on my statue collecting career. It's gonna be the final thing, and I have to
Yeah,
go
I
on
would say it's looking bleak back there. Other than Thor's hanging.
Everything's fine.
Damn.
Oh, I found Captain America exclusive, Gambit exclusive, and Miss Marvel exclusive. If somebody's looking for those, like the original ones from Sideshow, I found them in my garage. So
Look at that. How many people would love to be able to say, I found this? I didn't know I had it. Just sitting there.
I would love to have that Gambit.
sorry.
All of those three, they're all grails.
Yeah.
Gambit being the main one.
See, that's the thing. For me, I can't have just Gambit. So if I get him, there you go. Start hunting the rest of the X-Men down.
As long as you got Gambit and Rogue, you're good.
Nah, I can't do it. I mean, it's a team. It's like the league. Once you have one, it's like, forget it. No way.
Well, I'm hoping, speaking of we were talking about before, DC, I'd like to see a Talia al Ghul. Speaking of Talia.
Oh,
Depending on the pose. I really like that kit that was done a few years back, where she was standing on the chair with the sword out.
you know what? I do know her, but I have seen so many variations of her. It's like I'm not attached.
Let me
to
see if I'll look up the.
Actually, I'm actually more attached to the video game one than any other. Sorry.
Oh, I'm sure Prime One will eventually make it.
But did you guys see the new XM Namor?
The monster?
Yeah, the box is like, what's it called? 45 kilograms.
Come on, the octopus itself is a statue.
That's 100 pounds. That's ridiculous.
Just the box, though, the octopus is a statue in and of itself. Then you got another statue on top of it.
Isn't that crazy? It's unbelievable.
You said that Namor from XM was 100 pounds?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Isn't it?
Hey, so Lou, you got all your shippers, man?
For 90, anything that I got with a box and shipper has the box and shipper.
Wow.
The only, if I didn't get it with one, then I don't have it with. But anything that I got from Sideshow or through another collector that had them, I kept everything. I only think I got 3 or 4 that might be missing the shipper, but everything else.
I don't get people that say like, oh, you just throw away the shipper, keep the art box. Like, it's literally the exact same size.
Yeah, what does it save? An eighth of an inch?
If anything, it protects your art box.
Right? The most it could save you is a quarter of an inch.
Right.
So,
unfortunately for me, I threw mine away, man. All but the last one, the Joker one.
Why?
Because, like Lou said, I have the intentions on. I'm keeping my stuff forever. So
Yeah, but it's like, what does it matter? Why not just keep a shipper box on top of the art box?
No,
It
I
doesn't
get it.
cost
That
you
does
anything.
make sense. But to me, I just didn't. I wanted to see the art box. If I wanted to see a brown box, I can go to freaking Walmart. So that's why I did what I did.
Let me just quickly show this. This is the statue of her I was talking about. It was a kit you had to have built in.
Oh, that looks nice.
Yeah, that one I like.
That looks nice.
So if anyone's got one and they're selling it, hit me up. But yeah, that one I like. So that's what I meant by it depends on how they made it.
Right. Well, I'm with you on that one. I like that one. And I like what she's wearing, but I don't know. Could you say that again? I mean, I don't mind her standing up in an action pose or.
Yeah, I mean, it all depends on like the sculpt of the face.
I like that sculpt.
Yeah, that's it. And I've seen it. I could show you. Here's another paint job of the same one. So there's it, but a different skin tone and different color outfit.
Who is that?
Talia Agul.
And what is she like sitting on?
Batman. Yeah, it's like a Batman chair because you could see she's got right here is supposed to be a computer screen.
Oh, okay.
You know, and that is an excellent question though, because the seat really didn't look that great. I'm like, okay.
Bro, my barber
like
got that same chair in his shop. That's why I was asking.
That's the thing. You gotta look at like paint jobs. You saw there were two totally different looks. So we've always said, yeah, painters really could make or break a statue.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I like it. I wouldn't get her on the chair like that. I mean, she's like an assassin. I want her badass. I mean, that one. I mean, that's a more sexy one than a badass. But to me, I want her as a badass.
I hear you, but when you think about it, let's face it, 90% of the poses on the women's statues are sexy more than badass. I mean, take perfect example, Black Canary. That doesn't look like she's in a badass pose. That looks like
She's like riding that edge, though. No, she's right there.
Black Canary shipping out soon, apparently.
Oh, that's interesting. That means they went quick on that one.
All right, relax. Stop singing.
She's sexy and badass. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And she doesn't have to over sexualize her pose to let you know that she's sexy and can still be a badass at the same time.
Oh, another thing, guys. If you have not seen Wonder Woman, go and see it.
See it. Yeah.
That movie is fucking amazing.
Luke, can you hear me?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, thanks.
When I came out of the theater, I was just blown away. I'm like, now why didn't they do this good with the other DC?
That's true.
Although I'm one that doesn't complain too much because I did like Man of Steel and I did like Batman vs Superman.
Oh yeah.
Just this one was really done well. So I think from now on, we're going to see the DC movies just way better, kicked up a notch, as Emerald would say.
Well, if they add color, as they did, but it did go gray for a moment. But yeah, the only DC dark should be Batman. Superman should be a dark movie. Because he represents hope. So why would you want to have it all doom and gloom?
I don't know. I kind of like the dark take they had on it. But
I do.
to each his own. I understand where you're coming up from, but I couldn't see in the DC universe that we have right now. I can't really see a Christopher Reeve Superman. I see a more dark, badass Superman.
Yeah, so do I. Those days are over.
Mm,
I think so.
But that, to me, that's killing Superman.
Nah,
I don't want to see Superman with a sad face all the time. I want to
it's
see him.
not sad.
Hey
It's
man, it'll be all right.
contemplating. It's contemplating on whether or not that you should rip off Batman's head. That's why he's sad. It's like, should I take him out finally, or keep him in the movie? So that's why he's always not. That's why he's not happy. It's not intentionally. It's just the way it has to be. There's some darkness and sadness in Superman because the fact is that he is the most powerful superhero on planet fucking Earth. And at any moment, at any time, in any universe, he can take you out.
Well, you kind of got to think about it. If you were so super powerful that you could basically do anything you want, but you're this really kind-hearted person, whatever you want to call it, and you hold back all the time, eventually that would get to you.
Yeah, that's the same thing just like when he's pissed off all the time because he can't have sex, because every time he has sex with a woman, he blows up their vaginas. So what do you expect? He kills the person. So he can't. It's horrible. You got super sperm. You understand what I'm saying, right?
That's why he needs to be with Wonder Woman.
That's exactly right. She can control some of that. Imagine him giving a semen sample. Yeah, can you stay about 8 blocks away, please? Thanks. I'm gonna only use half a nut.
They gotta use a little kryptonite near it so it's not as
control it a little bit. So what's the deal? What do you guys think about cable XM? A lot of people now coming around and saying, it's not a great piece like everyone thought. It was a lot of hype. A lot of hype behind the cable piece. Much better is the Venom. Is that accurate? Would that be accurate in your opinion?
Hype up their pieces, man.
That's right.
All of these people, all of these like reviewers, they're just trying to hype up these pieces. They're not willing to point out what's wrong with them.
Yeah,
I'm telling
you talking about what you seen on the RT?
Yeah.
Carlos, man,
you know what it is too, man? Because the guy said it himself before he said anything. He said, "Yo, I broke my New Year's resolution. I bought a piece without seeing it in hand and without having a lot of love for the character." So he fucked up right there already. He fell into the hype. You know what I mean? Just because everybody else liked it, he thought he would like it, and he fucked up at that point in time. So I don't know. I wouldn't take his review seriously because it's not a piece that he wanted. If it was coming from
who posted this? Who posted this and where?
I was where the hell was I? Oh, it was at the Red Titan area.
Me too.
No, but I sometimes I just don't understand. Like I can understand like when you love a piece and like you critique it, you go, oh, shit, this is not a good piece because I love the character, but still, the piece isn't good.
That's why I like your reviews. You sit there and you'll rip it to shreds, even if it's your favorite character.
Yeah, I tell the truth. I'm like, this ain't the fucking piece that I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, do you keep it?
Look, I'm gonna give you my little review because I got that shit, and honestly, I got that shit as leverage, as a trade bait.
Nice.
And I'm gonna be using that for trade bait very soon. But from a statue point of view, I honestly think I'm not keeping it, but I honestly think it is a perfect statue, and I won't keep it because
You're gonna laugh at this, but it's too detailed to fit in with what else, like all the other comic stuff I have. And yeah,
It's
and
interesting.
I don't know. It is a great piece though. In my standards of collecting, I like museum post kind of shit. I like heavy shit. I like stuff with good paint applications. It's perfect in all those regards.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? But
I think his ears are a little off when I was looking at it because like one ear is higher than the other. I'm just fucking with you. Just kidding.
I was waiting for you to say it.
Just kidding.
Also that guy James Wallace, like that guy, he's like the opposite of an XM fanboy. I don't know what that means. Like I don't know what to call that, but like he doesn't like XM.
Oh,
So
why so?
like, yeah, like every single post that he posts, like anytime he comments about XM, it's negative.
He's shooting it down.
Yeah.
You know what's interesting for me now that I've like venture in with you guys and you guys have many years and many statues have gone through your hands and you've seen a lot. I want to get like a piece from everywhere, you know, from custom, from sideshow, from XM, from Prime One, from you know, because it's really it's so many different elements, you know, and what compromise, you know, how people put things together. It's just beautiful from different aspects, you know, how intricate some pieces are, and then you go, wow, they could have done a great statue, but like Lou said before, the fucking paint's horrible. Like for instance, the P2 maquette. Why couldn't they fucking put quills? Why couldn't you add quills to this motherfucking head? I don't understand. Like how another step? You're charging X amount of money, but dude, anything over a K should be gorgeous. You know, should come out. You should be very happy when you get it. It should be something that you say, "Oh wow, this is exceptional." You know, you don't go and you know buy a car and they say, "Well, you know that engine that you were gonna get the V8 and you paid for it. I'm gonna give you I'm giving you a V6. I'm so sorry." What are you talking about? You know, it's just horrible. It's like dating a girl in a bar in the night and waking up in the morning, and it's not what you really saw in the night. It's like you see your mother laying down. And you're like, what the fuck? No, I'm just kidding.
oh my god, this fucking guy.
It's like owning a Ferrari that was painted with spray paint.
Yeah, that's imagine. No, I'm just saying, like that's like it's incredible. I could always understand when people, you know, dress up their statues or repaint them, revamp them, or add something to it because that makes it more interesting. And I understand that you want it that way, you know. Like for instance, that sideshow Silver Surfer that's going out to California. I'm getting my shit chrome. I love it, so I can't wait to get that piece back when it goes actually. So,
Carlos, how do you like your cable, man?
Cable's beautiful, man. I dig it. Love it. I think it's just like a big fucking solid dude. It's a perfect piece. No, it's a perfect nice. It's really nice. It's really a nice piece. I like Cable. I love Cable. I love Lobo. Some of my favorite characters. So I think that's a lot.
For me too, Cable was always one of the badass X-Men characters. So.
And also I could actually, you know, I feel like I'm him. My attitude, my disposition. Yeah, I just want to like fucking kill you. I'm always pissed off, nasty. You know, I don't like you. I don't like any fucking body anyway. So that's the way I feel like he is. He's always angry. I love that. I love those you know, that attitude. You know, he's not on the bad side. He's on the good side. You know what I'm saying? He's not a villain. Is he, or is he a villain sometimes?
I think the reason people talk about it, these pieces so much now is just because they're trying to create the hype that Magneto put on the map when he first came out.
Got it.
And it's just not gonna happen that way because this is like the 15th, 16th piece from XM. People are used to the kind of quality that they put out, you know, and you can't deny it, you know, like Carlos, look at your Cable. You can't deny that just quality-wise, feeling it wise in your hand.
Oh no,
it feels better than holding something else. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, absolutely. For sure, no.
It's just the XM quality, right? And Magneto was the first piece to hit the States where it's like people were really getting a touch of like holy smokes, like what do I have in my hands right now? You know what I mean? And that's what drove the price. It's not really like I mean, Magneto is a beautiful piece, but it's not really like there's I don't really see $3,000, $4,000, like whatever people were paying at the time for Magneto. But the thing is that it's so historically like in the statue world, it created a spot in history that where it's like it really revolutionized. Like people started doing like 3D printing, painting like perfect pieces is actually a real thing now. You know what I mean? Like nobody's ever seen that before, and they've seen like near perfect like Sideshow. But I mean, Magneto is literally a perfect paint application. There's not a line out of place. So when people start seeing that, they're like, holy smokes, I gotta get this. You know what I mean? Like I have to know what this is like, and that's what drove Magneto's demand so high up. You know what I mean? With Doctor Doom, I mean that piece came out in 2005. You're talking almost 13 years ago. You know what I mean? And the detail on that, people who are digitally sculpting still can't replicate that kind of detail. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
You're talking about a piece like people still can't put that much detail into their pieces like this. It's crazy to think that that was handmade. And then you look at like Hulk, for instance, where like it's like anatomical genius. Like nobody's painted like Hulks, like and nobody's like sculpted Hulks like that. Like look at all the Bowens. They don't compare to that Sideshow Hulk. You know what I mean? Like
level, yeah, that's true.
you know what I mean? Like the anatomy, the perfect, the way like the bicep cuts. You know what I mean? The way the pectorals cut. Bowen couldn't sculpt that. Like that anatomy is disgusting. That thing started going up in price, you know. And people complain about everything. Like I'm telling you, man. Like I did a lot of research in my like when I really got into collecting, and I went back like 2005 statue forums, the 2005 Sideshow Collectors, Sideshow Freaks boards. You know what I mean? And you could see like everybody complaining about the face on Doom. Everybody complaining about like how the fabric is like, oh, I don't like. There's so much fabric, and all of that just goes away. Like none of it matters because what really matters is just how good the statue is, and not what you think is bad about it. You know what I
But do
mean?
you also notice that most of these people who are set to dethrone a piece are the ones that don't own the piece?
Of course, of course. Well, this guy owns it. It's just you know, like, some people are very biased with their opinion, man. Like you look at people like Matthew Tina, for example, who is very respectable. I really respect him, but you can tell like this guy doesn't like XM. You know what I mean? He doesn't like them. You could definitely tell with just his tone, the way he chooses his words. It's obvious. James Wallace is one of those guys as well. He's the guy that posted the cable review where he's bashing it, but in my eyes, I could see what he's talking about. You know what I mean? Like this is not a $2,000 piece. Like this thing didn't bring anything revolutionary to the table. It didn't bring anything. Like I could tell you, it's like $1,500, just like compared to like what Sideshow Grails are. Because like you look at like for instance Venom Comic Cat, Gambit, Miss Marvel, She-Hulk. They're equally on par, if not less than Cable. You know what I mean? And those pieces are going for $1,300. If in a world where somebody pays $1,300 for She-Hulk, who wouldn't pay $1,500 for Cable? I mean, it's like twice the size, twice the resin, twice the detail. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, but there's nothing revolutionary about it. It didn't bring anything to the statue world that's new. You know what I mean? Magneto did that. Magneto brought something new to the collector world. And you just can't Predator Cinema Cat. Nobody's ever seen something like that before. You know what I mean? You look at that thing, it's just disgusting. Like it looks like a real life Predator in your room. You know what I mean? So
I'm gonna tell you why I think Cable reached the prices, and I'm gonna tell you why I think it's semi-warranted. Because I also believe there's hype and everything, man. But that's the first quarter scale licensed cable that you have. You know what I mean? And I think like I wouldn't take James Wallace's review on that piece seriously because it doesn't seem like he was a Cable fan to begin with. You could tell in the beginning of his post, he said, "Listen, you know, he flat out says it. Like, well, he doesn't flat out says it, but he says it in a way that you know the direction that he went. He went off a hype. Everybody thought it was great, so he decided to pick it up. He said, "Listen, I saw it for a good price, so I picked it up." He had no intentions of buying it. He didn't. It doesn't seem like he really liked cable, because I guarantee you that if you ask a diehard cable fan, yo, would you drop 2 G's on that? Right away, they would say yes. You know what I mean? And it would be the perfect statue for them.
But bro, you're not looking at it from a market-wise perspective. How many?
I mean, I am looking at it. I just said that's how I opened it up. I said that's the first cable that we got.
Yeah, but how many cable fans are there to drive the price up to 2K? You know what I mean? It's not about whether they would pay 2K or not. It's about, will it reach 2K because a lot of people want it. There's not enough cable fans to push it to 2K. There's enough Magneto fans to push it to 3K. You know what I mean?
Right. And that's where I'm talking about where the hype plays in, because I also know that hype really plays a big factor.
Yeah,
it's actually crazy, bro. Like, I see comments on some posts. Like, I don't know if it's people trolling or people really trying to hype shit up, but I saw a post today that was like, yo, this is the next $3,000 statue. Like, are you kidding me? Like, yo, I don't know if he was trolling or if he was being dead ass, but I don't know.
Like Gio and Ratine, like they always say, like, oh, we've seen every piece, we've seen like we give objective. None of that is true, man. Like legit, everybody tries to hype their pieces up. Like, I'm not joking. Everybody, like, even like sometimes, like, you tell me, like, people don't like the Flash. You know what I mean? And I understand it. Like, it's an ugly looking face. I get it. You know what I mean? Quality wise, when you see it, you'll know what I'm talking about. But it's an ugly face, and people think like you have to not look at the negatives of it. But in my opinion, I look at everything. You know what I mean? Like, I point out every single flaw in the statue. Flash, here's an ugly face. Batman Miller looks like he's on the toilet. I get it. I'm telling you, I know. But for me, I look at the fine art aspect of the statues. That's why I accept those statues the way they are. But realistically, I know they have flaws. Like, it's just, what's up?
I just want to make sure you heard me, man, because I'm starting to think I'm not audible, man. All right. Nah, I mean, I'm sorry to cut you off, and I'm gonna have to Kanye you for a second, man. I'm gonna let you finish. But maybe I didn't see this guy. I don't know this guy y'all talking about. And maybe that guy was just being honest. And to tell you the truth, there are guys out there that just buy stuff out of the hype. So I don't know why anybody would draw any other conclusion as into what that man said. So shouldn't you take him for his word?
Nah, you know what? I'm saying that you shouldn't take it seriously, because look, put this into perspective. How would I look if everybody was buying that Flash that Omar has, right? Okay, wait. I got no love for Flash. I got it in hand, but Omar has no clue what he's talking about. It's a piece of shit, because I had no love for the character. You know what I mean? I never had an intention of buying it. I only bought it because Omar was hyping that shit up. And when I got it, I wasn't hyped up myself. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's why I say not to take it seriously.
I'm gonna put it to you like this, man. This is one thing. This is one of the times where I'm gonna back Omar up, but at the same time, I'm gonna give you another perspective. And it's Wonder Woman, right? You know how he hates Wonder Woman because of the lack of execution, right?
Right.
But the thing is, he gave her a chance, so I can respect that. And once he got it in hand and didn't see that he didn't get what was advertised, so you take it back. That's what you do with anything, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay. Respect. I have nothing against that. And if this man just happened to buy something off a hype, well, that's what you get. Now I'm gonna go to case. For me,
almost every like major licensed piece, other than like some random stuff. Like, I've owned most of them. Like, almost like if I show you my list out of my inventory list of 20.
You see that Akuma he just had up there? Disgusting. I would never buy it. I would never buy it. That's just real. That's just my opinion, though. So some people are gonna have different opinions. I don't understand why
But the thing
every
is,
piece does not go beloved. You know,
but the thing
It's
is, you
because
have
the
to.
majority does it.
Well,
But
is there truth to what they say? Is there truth to what they say? Is it not? Isn't it not a nice piece? I think it's a fabulous
Carlos,
looking.
that's why I asked you, do you like it? Because that's all that matters. Doesn't matter what
Right.
everyone
That's
says.
right.
I mean, symmetry, paint, interchangeable
No.
parts. It's a
Beauty in the eye of
size.
the beholder. When you
Thank
look at it,
you.
Carlos,
That's what I
at
was
it,
meaning to say.
when you look at it,
Yeah.
what do you see? Do you either see shit or do you see a work of art?
I see a
That's
work of
it.
art. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so don't worry about how much it's worth. Don't worry about how much does it weigh. Don't worry about is it in one piece. What just worry about? Okay, well, yeah, I'm not broken. Okay, I'm not talking about being broken.
Right.
I'm saying if it comes the way as advertised, you're
Right.
like, that's what I paid for, and
Okay.
I'm happy.
exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying.
Right.
This is how you should judge a statue, not how like how amazing like the packaging is. Actually, the packaging should be. I'm talking like you shouldn't judge it by how much you like the character. It doesn't matter how you like the character. You have to look at it as something. It's like a car. Does it really matter how much you like a Civic if it comes to you like damaged? It doesn't matter. The point is the company is advertising something to you, and when you buy it, you're expecting to get this product.
Mhm.
How well it's executed should be your judgment. Like this is what I'm saying. When people say like this is your sculpt, like people when they go to review, and they don't point out stuff that's like, you're talking about execution wise. This is the stuff that you have to point out to people because they don't care how well sculpted it is. They see it, like they see the picture. You know what I mean? The picture shows you.
There you
The
go.
picture shows you how well sculpted it is. What matters is this piece doesn't fit in perfectly. This head is not painted properly. The eyes are crooked. This is what matters because this is what they can't see. You know what I mean? This is what the person can't see. The paint application, there's mess ups here, mess ups here. This is what you should point out because this is what people want to know before they buy something. This is why
That's what I'm saying.
I watch all these random reviews where it's like people are saying, "Oh, how amazing this!" Yeah, I already knew that. Trust me, I saw it in the advertisement pictures. You know what I mean? And then they tell me how amazing this is, and then they tell me like and then I buy the piece, and then I end up finding like the base is like hollow, like it's
Oh
like
my
literally
God.
a wooden. It's
Yes.
like a drum. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. Yep.
Something like that. Like this is something you have to point. Like when as soon as Carlos, you know how I know Carlos is genuine.
Stop for a second. Hold on.
But
You can't bring up hollow because just like you see the picture, when you say, "Oh, I already know how amazing it is," it does display the weight. So you should know how much it weighs. So you know it ain't gonna be no solid brick. So there's no excuses.
if you look at Wonder Woman, it weighs. They said like it weighs around 18 pounds. It doesn't weigh 18 pounds. It weighs like 8 pounds.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well-
like, I'm serious. Go look at the Satchel website.
You're gonna make me look at it.
Go look at it.
It
Go
didn't
look
say
at it.
18 pounds, bro. Everybody knows one woman can know 18 pounds.
I'm telling you, this is something.
8 pounds, man. 8 fucking pounds.
Dimensions. Most of the time they're wrong. Like you can't even like look at those. Do you know what I mean? Stuff like that. Like when Carlos told me, like when he picked up the head of the Superman, and then he said, "Oh my goodness, this weighs so much." That right there is important to me because that is something that I will never be able to see unless I buy the piece. Right? This is what I depend on when I'm looking for a review. You know what I mean? Like this is something that I can't possibly see on the Sideshow website.
Yeah.
When they like a bunch of people like when Suited for Gaming, like when he pointed out that the Gamora swords are plastic, that is huge. You know what I mean? Like that is something I need to know beforehand because there's no way the pictures are going to tell me that. Sideshow's not going to advertise that. It might not matter to somebody else, but to me it matters.
That's why I'm saying, like, to take that guy's review with a grain of salt because it was on some shit like it's just an overhyped piece, and that was the overall gist of the review. Like, I'm not keeping mines, but I'll tell you straight up, that shit is. I'm not keeping it. Number one, because I want to trade it for something that I do want, and number two, the sculpt. Honestly, I'll be honest with you, it shits on 90% of the stuff that I got. The sculpt is insane. You know what I mean? It's a heavy piece. It's painted perfectly. It's a perfect statue in my opinion. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And I don't know. I just wouldn't take that guy's review seriously.
I'm telling you, Cable is a beautiful piece. It's a beautiful piece, and that's why when people say like, "Oh, it's not done well," like what's not done well? The sculpt is exactly what they showed you. Every single part of it is heavy. Every single part, like not a single part is light. The arms are heavy. They don't feel plasticky. Like the knife handle feels like the handle of the knife is like this big. It feels nice in the hand. You know what I mean? Like that is like quality. You know what I mean? That is what you look at. Like I saw Carlos's disappointment when he picked up the Superman's body and then he saw like how light it is. You know, what I mean? He wanted something heavier, and that's what I would want.
Yeah,
I would want something heavier.
50 pounds.
I want him to fall down. I was like, oh, wait a minute. Okay.
Like I want, you know what I mean, Carlos? Like that is something that somebody should point out, and that's why I love like watching this guy's reviews, because like he thinks the same way I do. You know what I mean? Like the stuff that I look for in my statues, he looks for too, and that's like important to me. Like everybody talks about like in the review, oh, there's so many switch outs. There's so many. I don't care what like. It's like I could read the switch outs online. You know what I mean? I could see them.
What you do is you go in the comment section and be like, hey, congratulations on the piece. This is the way. Ask questions about the piece that they didn't advertise, because my criteria might be different from your criteria. Like, I don't care if there's some plastic on it because I don't want my stuff to break.
Well,
you do care.
Suited for Gaming said it best when he said there's no such thing as an objective review. And that's because, honestly, if you like the character, you're going to be biased. That's what it comes down to.
Well, that's not always true.
That's actually kind of true, pop culture.
That's true and untrue, because, all right, we got Lobo right here, Super Lobo. He'll tell you if it's Superman shit. That's the #1 character, so he should hold him to the highest standards to everybody else. In my opinion, that's how I would do Batman.
Yeah, but you're talking one. You're talking one person out of 100. How many people think that piece that Carlos has there is the greatest thing in the world? But he'll tell you the paint job sucked, the cape cracked.
Oh yeah.
Oh
my God, the Halloumi thing. Oh my God. When I first got it, and I didn't know anything about statue collecting about 2 years ago, I thought when I opened that up, I said, man, this is solid. This is unbelievable. I picked this shit up now. I'm like, Cable's head and 2 arms. Okay. No, I'm sorry. Cable torso, the body itself weighs more than that statue that you see there with Superman, dog, and Batman with base. All right, the torso weighs more than that. So, that's look, I don't care how you look at it, say it, talk about it, whatever you people say, but there has to be a little bit of weight in your statue. You feel like you feel like your money was spent right? I think that, if you get some shit hollow, I'm like, what? No, it looks great, but god damn it, you got this shit at Toys R Us.
Is this PVC?
Like, really? What is this? I don't know.
It reminds me of when you did the review of the Predator boss.
Oh my god.
Holding it up with 2 fingers.
Dude, I felt like I was raped. Okay, I was just like, oh my god, back. And then the people that review this, this is the most accurate piece ever from Stan Winston Studios. This was molded from the actual mass. Motherfucker, and where is the rest of it? Where is the rest? I need a head, a corpse. I need a skull inside there. No, come on. And then they're going to hit me with, but shipping would have been outrageous. Let it be. Let it be. I want that motherfucker. I want that shit weighing 88 pounds.
I am the same way. If it weighs 100 pounds and it is
Bill me.
Come on, if you're gonna spend $1,500 to $2,000 on a statue, what does it matter if the shipping is $200 or $300?
We're already there at that level. We're already talking that level.
Oh, so you're getting Omar Webb, bro. Don't do that.
No, listen, people have to understand totally what what we're coming at, because the fact is that when you try to be descriptive or describe something, objectively, right? about something. It could be, listen, I'm the first one to tell you, if it's Superman, I like the piece. I like the, especially the choking Batman. But is it a great fucking piece compared to other ones? No, man, it's not. And did it last? Has it lasted the way it's supposed to last a couple of years? No, man. So that means the craftsmanship on this wasn't taken to the level that it needs to have been taken. For instance, they probably didn't count. They didn't figure out. They go, oh shit, the cape is gonna crack because of the weight. Mm-hmm. So there's these hairline cracks here. So and that's why when I look at cats doing YouTube videos, especially, I'm not gonna mention his name, but when he does this custom work and he goes, I do my custom work, and they're gonna be from down there, this factory that I always use, and I got 35 pieces, and you guys can jump on it, and everybody loves this guy's cock. They just like, oh yeah, if he's commissioned it, it's gonna be the greatest. Get the fuck out of here. Who the fuck are you? Who the fuck are you? Because you got some notoriety, and then off of YouTube you got clout, and then you're gonna come and say that your shit is gonna be top notch. Get the fuck out of here. There's a million goddamn painters in the world. There are a million goddamn sculptors.
Are you talking about Danny?
I can't say no names, man. I don't want to start no friction on the show. So whatever, man. You know what's really custom? When it's one of a kind. And it's everyone's desire, and everyone goes, God damn, that thing is amazing. I would pay any amount of money to have that. That's another level. That's museum shit. You know what I'm saying? That's forever. That's a forever piece. But those forever pieces come with a goddamn big price. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure in this planet Earth, there's tons of fucking cables that have been made, but not shown. And tons of Lobos and tons of Superman, but in this community that we're in, we think we know everybody and everything. No, motherfucker, you don't know. If you here now with us, you broke.
Believe me, everybody can get a one of a kind piece, but mind you, it's going to cost you about $30,000, $40,000.
Imagine getting right.
That's why a lot of people will commission a piece and say, let's make 50 or 100, so you can cut that cost.
It divvy that up. Now, if you're back,
my brother.
No, go ahead, do your thing.
There was this post on Facebook. Somebody took a video of a sculpting class that this teacher was holding, and some dude sculpted this crazy Venom, man. It looked really good, and you're right, man. Like, you don't know half of the shit that's out there.
Oh yeah, I can only imagine what's out there. For instance, if you go look at this Stan Winston and the Studio ADI and all that, I mean, they're sculpting movie shit that we're watching. Can you imagine those guys making fucking things for you? It's got to be impossible. It's going to be unbelievable. It's just that those guys are the big boys. They got no time for these little fucking 1/5 and 1/4 shit. You know what I'm saying? That's how. Those guys that get to those levels of those factories, I guess, those artists are like, I do it for the love, and, I don't think they're making big money. Look at ARH. They do some beautiful shit, but that nigga look broke.
Just go ask Jerry to do a custom piece for you and see what it's going to cost.
Oh, forget it. He's going to kill you,
man. Dude, he'll get like $15,000 for sculpting a head.
Exactly, because his time is that kind of money. You know what I'm saying? And he's established that after all.
Exactly.
But listen, back to Cable. Cable is beautiful. You're gonna get it. Cable is very beautiful. It's a beautiful piece.
That's where I would fall in line. This is my opinion, though. I mean, if you like him, that's great. I actually do like the character, but for me, once again, the head sculpt in XM, man, for me, it didn't work. And I know, Omar was saying, oh, guy, he's the XM hater. Well, I mean, I'm trying to love XM, but you got to show it, man. It's the head sculpts, man, for me, it's got to work. I only seen like maybe 5 pieces that XM got top to bottom. I'm like Black Bolt, I love that piece. But that's a small list for me on XM that
How about their Captain America, their second Captain America release that actually has the old school head sculpt and it has a face head sculpt. And it
I said it's
also,
a small list. I said it's a small list.
but is that on your list of like nice piece
For XM.
for
Yo,
XM?
Black Panther Unmasked got to be on that list too, man.
Yes, Black Panther
Yeah.
is on that
Oh
list.
my
Mad
god,
Magneto
what a
is on that
freaking
list.
masterpiece.
You know, I'll tell you one thing. Having 2 pieces of XM right now, and they're beautifully painted. I mean, I could do a comparison with the Sideshow piece, with a custom piece, and with the Prime. Now, you can't fuck with Prime 1. Prime
Just
1,
look-
I think Prime 1 is at another level of paint jobs. Their shit's
Just
amazing.
look at XM, for instance. You look at Cable. He's got all those little pouches on him. You don't see any paint where it don't belong.
Yeah, that's.
I'm not judging that. You notice how I said head sculpts.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay, from the neck down, XM is amazing. And paint job, they're amazing, in my opinion. But the neck up,
No good.
I think
on
think
both statues, this is the
that a lot of people's issue with the head sculpts and other parts for that matter, XM, they do their own take on the character. So they're usually a more modernized version. So if you're one of those diehard
Purist comic.
classic, yes, you will not like them. But if you're somebody like myself who really enjoys a modern interpretation of these characters, you will love their work.
Also, the style that XM goes with is very different from Sideshow, and Sideshow has been around for, you're talking like 8 years, and it's a company that we all like started with, where like we really got introduced to the quarter scale, and we really are accustomed, like our eyes are used to a certain type that Sideshow has, like demonstrated for us, which is the realistic take, something that is, it looks like as if Batman came to life, what he would look like, right?
Yeah.
XM is doing something different, which is why we look at it as bad, because it's not something that we've been used to.
But I don't mind a cartoon face either, but just do it right.
I'm sorry?
I said I don't mind a cartoon or a comic face, just do it right.
But the thing is, when you're talking comic face, it's a 2D face, right? And translating that to 3D, it's harder than sculpting a real, like, look at that Wonder Woman face, right? That face, it's more realistic than it is comic, right? If you look at it, like, it could possibly be pulled off as a real person. You know what I mean? So
in between.
That is what we've been accustomed to. Like, that's what we've been trained to think is what the statue should look like, which is like not bad at all. It's just this is what we're used to for the past like 5-6 years. You know what I mean? So when we see something different and more Bowen-esque, where it's like more comic-y or more cartoony, you know what I mean? That we look at it as something bad, because realistically, if you look at the XM faces, they're cartoony. That's why they look bad, but realistically, they're not that bad. They just don't have the detail of a real life face, because again, they're cartoony. You know what I mean? Like,
so it's down to the art style.
Exactly. We're used to the Sideshow art style. You know what I mean? This is what we're accustomed to.
But the proportions are kind of off as well on the XM pieces.
But trust me, man, Sideshow has had their faults too, man. Like, if you look at like their old Black Panther.
You don't think I called them out?
Sorry?
I bashed Supergirl. I bashed Black Cat.
No, I'm talking
know better by now.
I'm talking to Suited. He said that their proportions are off. Yeah, I agree with you. Like, a lot of their proportions are off, and I think this partly has to do with the fact that I think it's partly have to do with, one, the art style. Number two, it's because 3D digital. The problem with 3D digital is that when you flip the piece, like when you flip it and you turn it around, it's hard to picture what it would look like in real life. A real life sculptor, a hand sculptor, can see the piece right in front of him and he can adjust. You know what I mean? Like, he can pull the leg in close, he can pull it out a little bit, patch things up. A 3D sculptor can't do that because it's not in front of him. You know what I mean? And if he was to fix it up, he'd have to print it, see the problem with it, re-sculpt it, reprint it. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of issues that come with that. So I think that's why. And also you have to think of it like this: hand sculpting has been around since a long, long time. You're talking like 3,000 years. You know what I mean? Like this is a mastered craft for humans. 3D digital sculpting has only been around for like 7, 8 years max. You know what I mean? We've never seen anything like it before, right? And so for us as humans to master the craft, it's going to take us a lot longer than hand sculpting. So I think if we give it a little more time, hand sculpting could really, I mean, digital sculpting can really evolve to perfect it. But right now, I agree with you. Like, it's not as good as hand sculpting. Like, hand sculpting has a sense of life to it that you can't replicate. You know what I mean? So, yeah, like
their Magdalena is hand sculpted or digital sculpted.
All digital. They tried hand sculpting for Venom, and it turned out like garbage. They tried like their Venom thing. They first announced it as hand sculpted, and then it turned out really, really bad. The closest person to do a really good digital sculpting that I've seen is Harbottle and Daniel Bell. Martin Canal is getting up there too, but Martin Canal still has a little bit of disproportionality. His stuff looks better hand sculpted. Like if you look at the Hulk versus Wolverine, like if you look at Hulk where he's punching down, right? If you take out Wolverine, the arm is not proper at all. You know what I mean? Like there's something wrong with the arm. It looks weird. So that is something that it's because he hasn't mastered the craft yet, and I think we'll get there. You know what I mean? Like give it like 5, 6, 7 more years, we'll be able to catch up to what hand sculpting is. Because hand sculpting, again, like I'm telling you, it's been around for a long time. Everybody's had their hand on it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it's had more time to develop.
So is it an issue of the traditional sculptors trying to catch up with a digital age? Because I've seen amazing, 3D art, basically.
I think it's the other way around. I think digital is trying to catch up to hand sculpting.
Okay, fair enough.
I think it's because, I mean, again, like 3D art is beautiful. You know, what I mean, I'm not taking away from it. It's just it hasn't been developed to the same level as hand sculpting, in my opinion.
Yeah, does this matter? Does the scale matter? Because I've seen, in my opinion, like my 6 scale, my Arkham statues, I think they're perfect. Like
Well,
there's nothing wrong with them. So,
but you can't really point out the same flaws.
That's right.
When you talk about 1/6, you can't point out the same level of flaws, right? It's harder to do that because
small,
right? It's not blatantly in your face, right? Like a quarter scale is like this big, right? Like you could pick it out, but with a
that's the question. The question is, I mean, because to me, once again, I have seen 6 scale, or I think that these 6 scales are perfect, or what people would perceive as perfectly sculpted. So, is there a problem more in the quarter scale than the 6 scale?
I don't think it's. I think yeah, it has to do with scale, but it also has to do with like, I mean, you're talking about like.
And I'm talking about the digital.
DC is well more established than XM, number one. So their artists are obviously more established as well. It's like Sideshow, right? Like Sideshow, you know what they did? They picked out actually. There's a freelance sculptor right now who did work for XM, who did work for like freelancing. Sideshow went and picked him out, and they picked out the person that I said Sideshow should pick out because I said this guy has so much more potential than what is showing, and now he's gonna get contracted. I didn't even know about this. Someone from the show actually contacted me and told me, and they said that he got contracted by Sideshow. Sideshow has the ability to see who is a good sculptor and who isn't, right? And when you look at when you look at what's it called, XM sculptors, they always use like the AVI, some random names, you know what I mean? Like people that are not established. And those guys, there's no way they can hold a candle to an established sculptor. Like that guy has way more experience. He's used way more material. You know what I mean? Like it's not the same. So yeah, like most of these guys that XM uses, they wouldn't be able to sculpt by hand. You know what I mean? And if you can't sculpt by hand, then you can't sculpt digitally, because just because you have the tool changed, it doesn't mean you acquired the talent to sculpt. That's the thing. Like that's the honest truth. Like just because a tool is helping you, it doesn't mean that you've gained the talent that is required to sculpt digitally, to sculpt in general, actually. That's my opinion on it. Like, Warren Canal sculpts beautifully by hand. He picked up a ZBrush, and he's already better than half the people that sculpt digitally, that have been sculpting digitally.
So if I got a prosthetic leg, but I still cross you up on the court and I break your ankles, you gonna tell me I don't know how to play basketball?
You're a basketball fan.
Is that what you're telling me right now? Because I smell a whole lot of shit coming out your mouth right now.
It's the, I don't know. It's the truth, man. That's my opinion.
What are you guys talking about?
You don't have to agree.
Traditional sculpting versus ZBrush.
I like them both.
But Cass, that originated though, because I mean, my ultimate thing is these guys brought up a guy that I guess pretty much bashed, or he called himself out by buying a cable piece, victim of the hype. And so what, he critiqued it in a bad way? Is that correct, guys? I didn't see the video.
I'm guessing. I didn't see it either.
Now, he basically just said it was the most overrated. Yeah, that's what he said. Overrated piece.
It's an overrated piece that everyone just jumped on a hype. And,
right.
This is going to be moving on in this collection really fast.
Say that because he was one of the victims of being hyped. The hype machine is out there, so that is a fact. Yeah. People do buy stuff off of hype. That is a fact. But one person can't say that it's overrated, because maybe because you don't know, because you're not in everybody's brain. Maybe those people actually like cable. Maybe they actually do like that statue.
I know, I agree.
You took victim. That don't mean everybody else fell victim. So
there's too many people that collect in this hobby to try to keep up with the Joneses, as we say. Yeah. You do not need to buy everything that comes out because you want to be in the in crowd. You buy what you like because you did research on the piece, you like the character, you like the pose, and you're going to spend the money on that piece. If you're buying off of hype, you're in the wrong hobby.
And you won't last.
Mm-hmm.
Sure won't.
Someone commented XM, Venom, Electro, Sandman, Vulture, Craven, Dr. Octopus have great faces to match the character. Mm-hmm. If you look at all those faces, to be honest though, other than Electro,
I'm not talking about them.
Thor is horrible.
If you look at them, in my opinion, other than Electro, most of them have like pretty average faces, man. Like they're pretty expressionless. Like they're like either screaming or actually Electro is the guy that got drafted by that got contracted by Sideshow. So the Electro sculptor, he's very good. The rest, the Vulture sculpture, that one's like top notch. I agree with you. The Vulture one is really nice. But Craven, dude, that's trash. Craven is so bad, man. I have one downstairs.
Wow.
It's so bad. But
that's kind of cool.
All right, so now that we've got him on here, Tim, what do you think?
What did I walk in?
We've been waiting to hear your opinions on it.
Oh my God!
You guys are you guys are crazy tonight.
We all saw this statue. No, we did. This is not a bashing one. We just saw this and thought of you right away.
Tim, get your Wonder Woman right now, bro.
Oh, it's already pre-ordered. It's already pre-ordered. It's already pre-ordered. It's already done.
Yeah, man, that thing is awesome.
Yeah, I like it. I like the price. It could be better though. It could be lower, I think.
So, is that on Sideshow?
Yeah.
I think it's decent, man. If you split that in half, what is that, like $325?
Yeah.
That's like what, like $70 more than the average cost of a 1/6 piece.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not bad.
Hey, man.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
Not.
And if you have points, even better.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if it's gonna fit next to Superman versus Doomsday though. It's
How wide
it's
is
gonna be hard. So my PAX is 37 inches wide, and this thing is 17 inches wide. But I'm sure you.
Well, it's
move it
almost 18.
Yeah.
Hey, isn't there bro?
What's up?
With those same two characters?
What's
Another
up? There's like a Batman versus Killer
I thought I
Croc.
saw Batman and Bane one. Other than that one,
There's like a plastic one. You know what I mean? Like I think there's like a I don't know who made it, but it's like a plastic one. There's a small one. It doesn't look good. Yeah, I'm getting that.
Yeah, all of us saw it and said, "Yeah, that's going to be in Tim's collection."
Yeah, it's gonna be nice. Hold on. Let me see. Let me show you. So that's. He's gonna go next.
See that Green Goblin Carlos is showing? That and the Spider-Man are the pinnacle of 3D sculpting. Those two are the best and most natural looking pieces, 3D sculpted pieces I've seen.
Who sculpted them?
Spider-Man, I'm pretty sure it's Canal. Or in Canal. I'm not sure who Green Goblin is. Actually, I'll check right now.
That's my favorite Green Goblin.
Yo, if we could,
it's a gorgeous piece. It is beautiful.
If someone could pull up that Batman vs. Bane picture again, I kind of wonder what you guys think about the pose and how Batman's going to be sitting on Bane. I'm kind of worried about if he's going to be leaning. Because I was trying to look where he's actually going to sit on there, and it looks like
here's a good shot of it from the angle.
These statue guys are crying. Look at this guy selling a 1/4 scale, like a Hot Toys 1/4 scale for $6,999, and you're crying over $400. Get out of here!
So it looks here, Tim, like it's on his thigh.
Yeah. I don't know how well they're gonna. I don't know.
My guess is probably the knee goes into the chest somewhere too.
I think the other foot connects to his arm. It's gonna be weird. And then how are they doing this wire thing? Is it gonna be one piece? Or are they gonna what the hell? How are they gonna do that?
Wow. It looks like it's a flexible cord to me.
Yeah. So you got to do it yourself, I guess.
That's what I'm guessing.
I mean, that'd be cool.
That should look
beautiful. From here, it definitely looks like it's a stretchy cord, like a bungee.
And those look like little plastic tubes. That looks kind of cool.
Who makes that?
Iron Studios.
Kind of weird that they have the cape going around the Bane's back there. It looks like it's blocking that plastic tube. It's going to be hard to display.
Plus, look at this detail with the bats.
The bats are cool. Yeah, those are probably going to be plastic.
Oh, I'm sure.
I don't mind it though. Yo, it's probably going to be heavy too.
Did they cut the base down? Because I feel like the base was so much bigger when they first showed it.
I think if you get like a front view, it still looks
a good
the same size, but I think they did.
Now the bats are actually that statue.
Texture on the boots is crazy.
Yeah, look at that boot right there. That's
Tim, out of all the dioramas, I think that's my favorite.
Yeah.
I really like
You know what I didn't like is how big Batman is. Look how fucking ripped he is, dude. That's the one thing I didn't like. I was like, why is he so ripped?
Because he's Frank Miller.
I guess, yeah.
Frank Miller style.
Don't you think he's a little bit too big?
Yeah, his quads are massive. Yeah. He's a big boy. He's eating a lot of meatballs.
Yeah, Yeah, I'm getting it though. It's gonna go next to Soups and Dooms.
Shit's awesome.
The other one I gotta get is the XM diorama. That's the other big one I gotta get.
Oh, you talking shit. You
$5,000.
getting that?
The Sentinel.
Well, you got
Yeah, not the Sentinel, the Dark Side Wars. Yeah,
You talking shit.
you gotta save your money.
I
I'm
like
talking
this
to.
piece. This is amazing.
Oh,
You
that's
said
nice.
Dark Side.
This fucking thing is cool as shit.
Yeah, there's a diorama from XM called Dark Side Wars.
They showed concept art at their last Comic Con, I think. How it's gonna look.
Hey, so y'all feeling out the Vampirella they just released? Or just advertised? No?
I don't know. I don't really know too much about her, so I don't got many thoughts.
I have the comic.
No.
I have the comic cat, and that's my favorite depiction of her. So I don't really know.
So no? Okay.
They went fully sculpted on that one, eh?
Mhm.
Sculpted.
Now,
Yes.
just to be clear, it doesn't have to be, you have to love the character to want it. I mean, you could appreciate it because it was just that damn good of a piece, like Red Sonja. I am not a Red Sonja fan, but I do love that statue. I would not mind paying to get that statue.
But then again, do you really want a statue in your collection?
Yeah,
of a
that's what I was gonna say.
character
Like,
you don't care
you love
for?
it, but you didn't go out your way to buy it though.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like I love a bunch of other different pieces. I love a bunch of movie pieces.
If other things that come out, she probably would be here now.
I think there are many facets to the collecting aspect. Like I don't have much love for Hulk or Wolverine, but I still got the Hulk versus Wolverine Dio because I really liked how it looked. And then, of course, the rest of my other collections are just characters I love. I think you can choose. I mean, you don't have to stick to one, but you can definitely get both.
Take it down, Steven.
You can admire the art and get the characters that you like.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, no doubt.
Just,
That's what I collect. I collect.
if you ever refer to the other guy, man, I just feel like he had no kind of love at all
Mhm.
for that shit. You know what I mean? It was just pure hype.
I think if you love a character, I think you could look past the flaws in the sculpting or the paint or whatnot. You know what I mean?
I
If
agree.
if the price is right.
And it's the cherry on the cake too. Like, if you love Cable and you got some Cable, like, yo, home run. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Home run either way. But if you love the character, that's the cherry on the cake.
It's the only 1/4 statue of that guy, though, too, right? So it's probably going to be the only one.
Let's be honest, that Cable is the best in my opinion. And then comes the Bowen 1/6 scale, where he's standing on the Sentinel's head.
Sentinel, that's number 2.
So
for now.
those are the two Cables to own, in my opinion.
You're not gonna get another 1/4 Cable. I don't think. This is probably gonna be the only one.
Unless he has his own movie.
Yeah, because he's not popular enough on his own that
Right.
Sideshow would even attempt it.
Well, they got Lobo. I don't know why they did him, but they did, right? Like,
I think they thought he would do better than he did. That's my opinion.
but I think Lobo's one of those sleepers that you want him in your collection, but a lot of people don't want to buy it, but they want him. Like that. That's that kind
Oh
of.
yeah, I agree because he's a piece that I thought about heavily, but then in the end I said, you know what, I got specific space
But
to
he
go
looks-
with certain characters, and he's not a character I care enough about.
Right.
But he is a great piece. So to bash it because I didn't get it because I don't have room for it, that's ridiculous.
Now, I'll tell you this: that if I put Lobo next to Cable, I love Lobo better. I mean, I love him that much more. And I think Lobo.
Well, because you have something,
Yeah.
the character that means something to you.
Yes. Like, you know.
And for most, and I think, which means I could be dead ass wrong, but this is how I do. I will buy what I love before I will buy the art piece that I desire. So just pick up of what Carl said. Yeah. That's why I don't have Red Sonja. I do love that piece. I mean, I like it. I desire it. But if you
how many women you marry?
Say what?
How many women have you married?
Hey man, I'm not giving that out, man.
Because every time I used to go out, man, I loved every piece of ass I seen. But you know what? It was money, boy, money. So you gotta pick and choose, right? But I'm just messing.
You know what's a good.
But at the end of the day, I know. You go home with one though.
Not one really.
Well, hey, I don't know. You're special, man. But me, I'll talk for myself.
Well, you know what's a good example is so Darkseid and Lobo are on the same price.
Yeah.
And I had the chance to pick up Lobo before Darkseid, but I was like, no, this money is going to be for Darkseid. And I think Lobo is a better statue.
Right.
But I like Darkseid a lot more. So I enjoy my Darkseid versus I still want to get Lobo in the future, but
I think if Cable had mixed media or leather pouches and or pants, I love when they incorporate mixed media. So I think that for me put me over and saying this piece looks amazing, and I love the way he's just standing. I love what do you call that? Museum poses.
Statuesque.
Just love those poses. I just love it. I think when statues are bent, or you're in a position, it has to really look. How do you describe that? It has to be some dynamic pose where it's bent that you can actually say, okay, this is the statue for me. Like the sitting statues are great. Doom, I think, is the best looking sitting statue I've seen. Right above you, because he's just like that resting the head with the hand. It's perfect. Yeah, that right there, it's gorgeous. It really does. It shows a lot of presence. But other than that, I'm not really into the statues that are 1/4, but they really look like they're 12 inches high. I'm not feeling that.
That was my thing that I brought up with why I hope to God the Flash is done in a museum pose versus running, because he's not going to fit in if he's down here like this in a running pose next to these tall statues.
Yeah, for sure. Or maybe just taken off, but I don't know. Anyway,
I think like one of the guys, maybe it was Omar who mentioned it, if he was just standing there pulling his glove off or something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
Or maybe coming to a halt, like he was finishing a run and he's stopping.
Yeah, I bet he looks like the sideshow print that they sent out. I bet it's going to be similar to that print.
They need to hurry up already.
How about our 7,000 pieces of Thanos? They upped it up about 7. Now it's 7,000. 7,000 pieces.
Wait, what?
I'm playing. I'm just teasing.
It's 3,500.
It's 3,500, but why not go for 7? What the hell?
But
why not go for 50?
Just fucking print them all over.
Like Wonder Woman. Yeah.
You want one? How many you want? Two pies? Put them in a box. Yeah, no problem.
Look at this. Have you guys seen this before?
What's that?
Have you guys seen these?
Oh no.
Look at that. This is Sideshow Doctor Doom in like 2003 when he was still being being
sculpted.
Amazing.
Look at that. Look at the effort and time that it takes. 2003, holy smokes. 2004, like how is that even like this is at a time where like Bowen was making that Hulk that's like smashing.
Well, at that time, that didn't sell out as fast as it wasn't as popular, right, back then, as it is the last 5-6 years.
nobody was dropping. Even back then, they thought 250 for a statue was a
It was
lot.
crazy, yeah.
Now, if they knew ahead of time what we were spending for them
Now they're kicking themselves.
mm,
That is crazy. Like,
It's
man,
interesting to go back in the archives there and check that out, right? How they
mm.
started that from the beginning to end. It's a nice process. Nice pictures.
Like you look at him, Doom, the Hulk, Akuma from PCS. Those they were great prices to us now, and they sat there for months on end. Some even having lower numbers than they originally wanted to print. And now look at it. Now you could sell out. If you had them that price, they'd sell out in day one.
Day one, yeah.
also that's another thing, eh? Like this is why another reason why cable and all these like new XM pieces are so high in price. Also because we compare them to the OG sideshow pieces. You know what I mean? Like the $1,200, $1,300 pieces, and then we say because like you're getting so much more, it should be more expensive. But realistically, should it be more expensive? You know what I mean? Like these pieces grew from $300 to $1,300. Like the Gambit was like 349. I mean, I think it grew like 5 times as much in terms of price. Does this one have the over like how many years? Over like 7 years. Does this one have the right to grow and like almost double in price just because of hype? You know what I mean? Like this is the problem why a lot of these XM pieces are going up in price and then just deflating right away. It's because they're standing on the shoulders of on some, like for instance like Gambit you will never see under $1,000 because like it gained these stripes. You know what I mean? It's standing on sturdy ground, while Venom, Cable, all these really like double the price pieces. Like Ghost Rider, it's like $1,700 now. It was going from 20 to 100
Yeah.
in the beginning. You know what I mean?
Because, like you said, sideshows pieces earn those prices over years.
Exactly.
These are just a piece is coming out, people are hyping it up. The guys that missed out on getting a pre-order are like, oh my God, I got to get one. And they're dropping this money. Now, the smart people wait until the hype train's over and they're grabbing them for close to retail.
Like it's then these XM pieces are trying to replace the older ones.
That's why when I saw this one tool, well, I'm not going to name names, but I'm sure everyone on here knows who he is, went out and spent what he did to buy a knockoff Ghost Rider. It was simple. You could turn around and get the real thing in a few months for what it would have cost. So,
yeah. Nuts.
They do great work, man. XM does great work, but people should not be. It's not really XM's fault. It has nothing to do with XM. It's just overall, like, it's people trying to distort the market, even though there's really no market for these newer pieces right now. You know what I mean? It's just, there's nothing because Sideshow already sucked up all the growth market. You know what I mean? Now, I'm telling you that even in 10 years, the only pieces, actually, maybe some XM pieces will hold, like Cable for example, will hold, Venom will hold, Magneto will hold. But most of these XM pieces, they won't even matter. They won't even, nobody will care. It's like how we look at, for instance, Logan PF or like a bunch of these like random, like Sideshow releases that don't really matter.
Yeah, I mean, how many pieces have we bought? Logan was a perfect example for me. That you got it and you're like, okay, it's cool, but then 3 months down the line, you're saying, man, this ain't that great, and you sell it.
Yeah, it's like most of these pieces won't mean anything to be honest. Like in terms of market value, to you it can mean the world. I'm not trying to say like, I'm saying to the real world, to the public eye, most of these pieces won't matter. I mean, look at how many pieces Sideshow released. You're talking about like thousands of pieces.
I agree, Julio. The market is oversaturated.
And I can count on my fingers like how many memorable Sideshow pieces they put out.
So now, how many do feel, coming off one of the guys, what he said, but how many of you feel that eventually this market's going to crash due to the fact that they are oversaturating the hell out of the market right now?
The survivability of a corporation will depend on how big their bank accounts are. And absolutely one of the biggest players on this market, it will always be Sideshow. Not only because the fact is that they make them and they sell other people's shit. So I think at one point Sideshow is going to command the market because XM will have to bend over. Prime One is going to have to bend over because the fact is that Sideshow makes tons and sells tons of shit all year long. The fabrication line is massive, right? So I think Sideshow will be the pinnacle of all fucking companies throughout this world.
We see that already. I mean, so you had PCS who left Sideshow and came back.
Right.
You see Prime One. If you look, Omar will tell you, if you look at how much money Prime One has to pay Sideshow per piece to sell them, it's crazy.
It's crazy.
50%.
But one of the big problem here in this game of in this real game here of statue collecting and any collection is that the customer, you, me, and everybody here, how much money do we have? And then that's the name of the game. And in the pickings, I mean, am I collecting 10, 15 pieces a year? You know, maybe I can't, because what happens is the smaller people like XM can say, you know, I got to raise my prices. I got to make money. So the problem is that how long are you going to stay with XM?
So I got a question then.
Yeah.
So say someone like me that is a cheap ass statue collector. I just saw Harley Quinn go for 300, right? So I'm always buying from people, not the actual company. Sometimes I'll buy from the company like Sideshow. So how long or how many people is it? They're going to release 3,500 or 2,500 of those Thanos on Throne. People are just going to wait to buy it in the aftermarket, right, or the secondary market. So
for a lower price.
Yeah. So
okay.
I think they're shooting themselves in the foot by fucking, giving out like 6,500 Batmans or Wonder Womans, you know what I mean, or like making that edition size.
Right, 3,500 people, 3,500 expected customers.
Yeah, I think
Thanos, right? Yeah. And only 2,900 buy them. Who could care less if 700 units, 500, 600 units is still in our warehouse? No matter what, there's always going to be somebody that's going to click the mouse. There's a lot more collectors than 3,500 in the United States or in the world. So I think that no matter what, they have enough. Their pockets are so deep that they can wait on inventory to sell. Doesn't matter to them because there are always there's just some shit going down the pipeline. There's multiple trailers at their warehouse. So they don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? They don't give a fuck about you, me, or anyone. They're always going to be making money. It's the small companies that you guys support, that we support, that are going to they got to get out of the game one way or the other. They're going to have to play with Sideshow or raise their prices. You imagine that a maquette will cost, and that's a decent piece that I got. That maquette Hulk with Wolverine, let's say $6 bills. XM to make that, they're going to charge you what? 14, 15, 1,600?
Listen, the way
that doesn't last forever. Go ahead, anyway. Sorry.
The way to break this market right now, and XM will get drowned out. So will all these other companies, unless you find a niche. First Four Figures has been around for a long time. The reason is because they have an unobtainable license.
Mhm.
They have a license that is like the holy grail, which is Nintendo. You know what I mean? Because of this, they are around. XM is just copying Sideshow, and this is why they will not survive. The way to survive is to find a niche. And let me tell you something. If any company is watching this right now, the way to break this market right now is to go into 1/6 scale statues and make them with the same quality as the quarter scale. That is the way to break this market right now. Because quarter scale, to compete with Sideshow is impossible. You will not be able to compete with them. These guys, dude, selling 1,000 Thanos pays off 5,000 Thanoses. Anything above 1,000 Thanos, you're already making profit. You know what I mean? So if they sold 1,000, that's all they care about. They already broke even. You will not be able to compete with something like that. You can't bring them down. People say that, oh, when Sideshow, like when for instance, like XM goes down, it'll mean like that the market is crashing. No, like the market is crashing when Sideshow goes down. They are not like the canary in the coal mine. They are the coal mine. They are the whole statue. They are the whole like statue market. They decide what is acceptable and what is not acceptable. You know what I mean? People like rage about quality control, whatever. Let me get this point across right now. People talk about like Sideshow has bad QC, whatever. They, like a couple of like Hulk versus Wolverine, the legs broke or like the teeth were ruined. Guys, how many people actually complain? If you really count them, like on all the forums, you get 100, 200. Now add up the whole Hulk versus Wolverine ES. That is 6,500 pieces. You know what I mean? 6,500 pieces are selling, and only 200 complaints. If you divide that, that's like less than 5%. If you're making 95% of your customers happy, it won't even matter. The QC thing is not even like a topic of discussion, because I bet you anything XM has messed up at least 50 pieces from their lineup. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm sure they've messed up, because I know I shipped out like 10 cables, and 2 of them arrived like with little damages.
Plus, not only that, but when you get a messed up piece and you call customer service, and here's the key: if you are respectful and courteous when you talk to customer service, they take care of the problem without a hiccup. It's these guys that go on there and start screaming at the customer service guy and acting like idiots. Those are the ones they don't want to help. And who would want it? If the first thing you did when you answer the phone is "fuck you, asshole."
Unfortunately, they're trained that way, Lou. It's like when you go to McDonald's and they forget your fries.
Yeah.
And you go back and you yell at them. They're used to that. That demand, and okay, let me jump right now and help you. You know,
some guy posted on Facebook. He's like, "Oh, I received this damaged armored Batman. Sideshow offered me offered me a replacement or a $50 rebate." But then he starts getting mad about it. I was like, dude, like, what do you want them to do? Like, they offered you a replacement.
They offered you to replace them. What else can they do?
What do you want them to do? Get on their knees and beg? Like, give me a break.
Nah, I just had this convo with somebody, man. Like, to take the handful of people receiving damaged statues and the handful of people that got what do you call that? Chip paint on the toe of their Batman, and then to attribute that to the entirety of Sideshow quality, man, that's dumb in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you look at the last couple pieces they put out, Red Sonja, Green Lantern, you know what I'm saying? Like, everything looks good. All right.
I've had, if you look at my collection, you'll see a shit ton of Sideshow.
Yeah.
Now, of all of those, there's over 100 Sideshow pieces. Of those pieces, five ever came damaged. And guess what? Sideshow right away took care of the problem, including one that was broke, that was my fault, that they went out of their way to fix, get me a brand new one, even though it was my fault.
And that's what separates a good company from a bad company. I mean, a good company will, as insignificant as one customer can be, they'll go out of their way to treat them like a king because it could take that one customer to just spread fire. So it's basically mitigating risk. Just try to serve that client.
That is absolutely true.
The one thing they'll teach you in any school, if you're going into retail and advertising, is the quickest way to advertise is to have a pissed off customer. And because negative advertising is like this, it spreads like a virus.
Well, you know what's going to be the death of the sideshow, though, right? It's going to be when superhero movies are lame.
That's right.
So this is going to go on for a few more years. I don't know if it's going to be 10 more years or what, but as soon as those movies die out and the general public doesn't care about this stuff, that's when we're going to see a crash.
Well, see,
That can't happen because
it's us.
Can't happen. We have imaginations, and people have hope and love for fantasy.
Well,
It's
here's
impossible.
the thing, too. It's everybody on here. It's this generation. Everything that is being produced right now is aimed at all of the guys in their late 30s, 40s, 50s. This is all the stuff that we grew up with as kids. And because of that nostalgia, we'll go out and buy these things. And you could see the movies, the toys, the collectibles, everything is aimed at all the things we grew up with.
Well, the comic books are dying right now. In 10, 20 years, when the movies are dead, the people who watched these movies as kids have now become adults, and they have the spending power to pay.
We're the what you call hardcore statue collectors. Is that what you'd call us, right? Hardcore.
Yeah.
Right. I'm talking about your average sideshow customer isn't buying as much as we're buying. And soon as this whole niche, this whole fad of superhero cool stuff is gone, they're going to lose out on a lot of money. A lot of people aren't going to be buying statues.
No, but there's going to be somebody replacing them, which is my generation. You know what I mean? Like for me, for instance, companies like Sumi they're appealing for my generation because anime.
I'm not saying that the superhero fandom is going to go away. I'm saying that right now we're in a pop culture, a subculture of where like superhero
This
movies
is the prime time for it.
This is where they're trying. This is why they're flooding the market, because they know this is the only time where they're going to make as much money as they can. When has there ever been like a Marvel universe or DC universe where they're making these movies like this? Like it's unheard of.
All I can tell you is the Alien movies came out 30 years ago, and people still sell out.
A perfect example for what I think Tim is trying to say. Here I am. I'm a guy that's been collecting comics for 35 years. Now, when I started collecting comics, you were a nerd if you collected comics. You didn't go into a comic book store and expect to see a hot girl. You went in there and saw a bunch of geeks with glasses that never get laid. Now, the point is that when you went to a comic book show, like a convention, New York Comic Con, whatever, they didn't sell out. They had tickets the day of, and they were lucky if they sold out. When comic book movies, when Iron Man came out, when this whole genre started to become strong again, all of a sudden it was cool to do these things. Now everybody and their mother goes to a comic convention. It sells out like this. You can barely walk in there.
Look at San Diego Comic-Con. After 2008, when Iron Man came out, it became impossible to go.
That's right.
So ridiculously hard to go.
Yeah,
What's up, John?
that's what I'm just trying to say is
John.
we're still going to be here. We're still going to be probably buying statues for a while, but the general public, the average sideshow consumer that buys one or two statues in their lifetime, when this stuff blows over, They're just going to move on to the next thing.
You'll definitely see the count of statues produced go way down.
Yeah, man. None of these companies will that try to compete with Sideshow will last. I promise. Like XM, if they don't find a niche, if they don't go into the 1/6 scale market or grab licenses that are not like produced like famously, they're gonna go under. They can't compete with Sideshow, man. I'm telling you, like they're She-Hulk, their Elektra, their Kingpin, all of these pieces are going to go like way under. So Elektra didn't even sell out at like 500 pieces. You know what I mean? Like for that's pretty bad, man. Like I don't know.
So,
if they keep trying to go in this direction, it's not good.
I'd like to hear what John's take.
What's that?
I'd like to hear your take on it.
I think Omar has some validity in the statement. I think that if you look at now, a lot of these companies are giving out the licenses like left and right. I mean, there's companies there's what I like to refer to as mom and pop shops popping up all over the place. It seems, and they're getting Marvel licenses and Capcom licenses, and I haven't really seen anything that really contests. That can contest against a lot of Sideshow stuff. That's not to say that other companies haven't put out some good stuff. XM is a prime example of that. But yeah, I agree. Like, unless you're hitting it out of the park every single time, you're gonna take the bath. So what they do is, they make a lot of money on the other statues that do well. But even still, at some point, distributors get pissed off because they're like, "Yo, we're buying your stuff in bulk and it's not moving." Sideshow stuff, regular or otherwise, always moves. You know what I mean? Period. Also, Sideshow has a lock overall. Believe me when I tell you, they have a monopoly on that quarter scale license with Marvel. Basically, Sideshow gives the green light. It's like almost like Caesar, like they have the thumb, yay and nay, live or die. So Prime One got like almost like a sublet of a license of Marvel quarter scale through Sideshow, or else they wouldn't have gotten it. And that's basically Sideshow's response to XM's Asia Pacific, South Asia Pacific market, is my understanding. So,
Bro, Prime One pays 50% of all sales to Sideshow. It's
a hell of a rent.
I'm not joking.
I believe it. I know it. Yeah.
That's crazy. And every single piece has to be allocated to Sideshow. Every single piece. Like, not a single piece they can sell on their own. Like that, man. Like, what's the point, man? Like, what is the point of even running a business?
Listen, you're going to see probably some of the pieces that I worked on with IA. I worked on for almost a year and a half. Serious pieces, fantastic artwork. I mean, top-notch designers, guys who work for Dark Horse Comics. The guys that I work with were some of the guys who did the first stuff, designed the first pieces for early Sideshow stuff. We had doing three-dimensional art, statue design art with, and Marvel shot them down because IA were being cocks. So we all know the story behind that. It just fucking imploded because of stupidity. But a lot of the work was done. We had done it, and now apparently they may actually. I think they got the green light. I'm never gonna get any fucking recognition. No one's ever gonna believe that I had anything to do with that. That I was like the art director of that part. No one's ever gonna believe that. But yeah, I won't. Even the artists. Prime One does. My understanding is, if you're a sculptor, whether traditional or digital, you literally have to pay retail for one of your own designs. The fuck?
Right.
It's ridiculous. So, and one thing I will say, man, it's just everybody and their mother is coming out with these groups. I'm telling you, once these customs really start looking good, really look, because at some point, we all know at some point, these things are going to start, people are going to start getting into translucent resin. They're going to start getting to doing these kits that look really, really clean. And they're having these edition sizes of 180, 200 max, 175. People are going to drop their bread, dude. And you're going to see a big spike in that because of everything that's going on. I guarantee you. I guarantee it. So as far as I'm concerned, this is a good time to be a custom guy. If you can get the right factories and have a good handle on what's what. A good custom can run you about, I don't know, like $80,000 to $100,000 at an edition size of like 150, right? Something like that. Yes, no. Talking about
I guess Omar would know. He's doing one.
The way to break this market is 1/6 scale. I'm telling you, go 1/6 scale.
I mean, bring back the Bowen stuff. I'm not a
number one. Prices will drop. People will be able to collect.
I think. Let me say something. I get what you're saying, and I can appreciate what you're saying. Bowen, you know, of course, dominated the market with his 1/6 scale stuff. I remember in the early '90s when he was just
don't make them like Bowen. I'm talking about detailed 1/6. You know what I mean? Like using digital printing.
Yo, it's already happening. Prototypes, baby. How many people I told this to? I'm going into 1/6.
No, I'm saying if you make it like Bowen, you're done because Bowen doesn't last like today's standards. You know what I mean? I'm talking about making that same, for instance, XM Magneto, but shrinking it to 1/6.
Look at the Kodabakaya 1/6. Yeah, I mean it's pretty popular, right? The X-Men stuff, the 1/6 scale stuff.
Yeah, but wait until you see real detail. You know what I mean? Like you're talking about like actual like quarter scale detail.
I can tell you, people prefer quarter scale. I do believe that there is a market for 1/6 at some point. I can appreciate what you're saying, but the reason why 1/6 died is because people got onto quarter scale and they were like, you know what, this is the size that I like, and that's why it's been a mainstay ever since. It's not to say there isn't a market for 1/6, but
the reason quarter scale killed 1/6 scale is because you can fit more when it comes to hand sculpting. But when you're talking digital, 1/16 micron, anything will fit. Anything will fly when it comes to 1/6 or 1/4. I'm telling you, you could fit the same amount of texturing on 1/4 that you can on 1/6.
I'd have to see it. You know what I'm saying? I hear what you're saying. I get what you're saying. It's very possible. I'd have to see it. I haven't seen anything too detailed. The only thing I've seen 1/6 that really grabbed my attention, this was also traditionally sculpted, was the StarCraft Tychus Finley statue. That was 1/6. That thing is amazing. And it's all hand sculpted, but it even looks like it's digitally sculpted. Martin did a good job on it.
I think what Omar's trying to say is that as a company, they'll sell more 1/6 than they will 1/4 if they make a good one. It's kind of like the Jeep. So our company, for AMD, we sell graphics cards. We make more money on the $200 graphics card than we do on the $700 graphics card.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just we sell more.
Sure. Right.
We're gonna sell more longer.
Okay.
So,
you heard it here first, folks. 1/6 is going to be popping again.
And Sideshow's already catching on. I don't know if you're noticing the trend in 1/5 scale now.
Right.
A lot of the newer pieces are 1/5 because why? They can drop the price. People will buy the same amount, if not more, and they'll be able to. Why? It's more appealing in terms of price.
Right.
It's more displayable. You know what I mean? You don't have to worry about space as much with 1/6. 1/5, I mean. You know what I mean? You'll see.
I still think though a lot of the hardcore statue collectors are still 1/4 though.
They could be 1/4 scale statue collectors. 1/6 is going to be where it's at.
Run out eventually. Look at this 1/6. Look at that. Look at the detail on the clothing, the texture.
Get out of here. That thing was like a child did it. What are you talking about?
Ouch. It's right out of the. It's like literally right out of the what's it called? The scene.
Yeah, Dragon Ball Z, which looks like a kid with a crayon that sketched it. That's not. I'm not seeing all the detail. I'm seeing a cartoon that looks like.
Now Omar's right though, man. Like the same amount of detail that you got on cable.
Digital sculpt is going to do that. That's not a good example. I understand what you're trying to say, but that ain't it.
Here, I'll give you.
You really don't need like examples though. It's a fact. Like you don't sculpt 3D in 1/6 form. Like you sculpt and then you print it out. You could print out any 3D sculpt. You could print it out.
Okay, here. Let me give you an example.
You know what I mean?
Doesn't matter. I need another example.
This is 1/5 right here.
All right, that's pretty cool. I'm not still tell you that I'm bowled over by it, but I see where you're going. I get the price tag. I get it's not that much smaller than 1/4. Maybe, because it's digital, you can pack a little more detail in it. Okay, All right. I mean, it's still 420. You know, back in the day when Sideshow gave you quarter scale for 420. You know.
This is 1/6. Look at this. This is 1/6.
Remember, it's much harder to paint those as well.
Omar, I'm gonna send you some pictures of license 1/6.
All right, let me see it. Let me see it.
Shut them shits.
This is 1/10. Can you believe that? 1/10 right here. That's
I can
crazy.
believe it.
1/10 right there.
I'm not seeing anything that's like, you know, making me go, holy shit.
Yo, Omar,
This is
show
not right
the pictures I just sent you on
It's
Facebook.
not, you know. I mean,
This
it's,
is 1/6.
I'm not,
Look,
I think
look
it's
at
cool.
the texture. Look at that. You think you could do that before? Impossible. Look
What?
at,
Impossible?
look at the clothing. Yeah.
That's impossible.
In 1/6 hand sculpting, you can't
No,
do
in
that.
digital. I mean, you can do the same thing with digital. It's a different ballgame.
That's what I'm saying. Because we have digital now,
Well, yeah,
we
you
can't
can do whatever you want. Absolutely. Sure.
Yeah,
Sure.
but this is the reason that 1/6 died before was because
I see what you mean. Okay. Maybe. You know, you may be right, man. It may be a big surge because now you can get like these super high detailed, high definition pieces that have reasonable prices and a scale that's not minuscule, but not as big as quarter scale, but at the same token, still quite collectible. Yeah, I see the logic in that. Sure. Or maybe there'll be a spike. Maybe the time to buy into it. I personally feel that quarter scale, like this gentleman had mentioned, is always going to remain the preferred scale. I mean, there may be a bunch of you guys who are like, yeah, you know, 6 scale, fuck the world, you know, but for the most part, quarter scale is going to still remain supreme, in my opinion.
You heard it here first, folks. 1/6. Nah, yo, John, that's the pictures I want to show you though. That's coming from prototypes, man. That's 1/6. That's the same amount. That's more detailed than some of the quarter scale pieces I got.
Let me see it. I didn't see it. Maybe I didn't pay attention. Let me check it out. I want to see it.
1 sec.
Like, look at the stubble on the face, man.
All right. What? Where? Show me.
I'll show you right now. 1 sec.
My bad. I don't got my computer. I can't.
That's right. That's right. It's
Right here. Right here. Click my page.
okay.
See that?
Yeah. Is that one?
This wasn't possible with Bowen.
Yeah, I get it. I mean, what are you showing me? You're showing me the same Sosa Wolverine head that's been done 24 times.
But it's just the principle, like the same amount of details that you got.
I agree, but you can do that as well. Understand something, with a very good printer and a very good sculptor, like Sosa's highly detailed. You can scale it up, and it can be the same amount of detail in 1/5, 1/6, 1/4, 1/3. Still can do it. That's a beautiful thing about digital files. You can up and down scale them.
Yes, sir.
Yep, and still maintain the texturing and all that detail. You know, it's all mathematics now. It's all computer generated. You know, as long as you have the guy, you know, the guy behind the wheel doing the driving and knows what he's doing, you're good to go. And honestly, between you and I, when it comes to digital sculpting, I think they've just begun to scratch the surface. Wait till these printers become like super high def if they're not already doing it. It's going to be crazy, some of the stuff that's going to be able to be printed out. But remember, I just remember this. Everyone's talking about, oh, you know, it's the smaller scale, but the more detail, the more money.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. And let me tell you, I'm talking a lot of shit. Oh, you seen it here first, folks. Holding my ass. But my reasoning behind that, not that I'm complaining about it, because I'm going to do what I need to do to make sure I'm good. You know what I'm saying? But like prices for quarter scale and up is just getting nuts, bro. That's another reason I'm going to say that 1/6 is going to become hot. Because quarter scale is going to reach a price that no one is going to want to pay.
Yo, I just bought 2 of those surfers with the Galactus fingers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Them shits were like $1,200 a piece. You know? Piece. I don't, if doesn't like it, they don't like it. That's okay. But, you know, to me personally, that's the best surfer that's ever been done. And that ever will be done. But, you know, that's why I bought 2. But yeah, $1,200, $1,000, you know, it seems to be like it's more and more becoming the rate.
So,
yeah, man, that's what I'm saying, bro.
So what do you do with the second one?
Of what?
You bought 2 silvers.
Flipping that shit, Cash. What do you do?
I mean, is it?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I guess.
I'm sorry. What was your question, man?
No. I thought this was a show about collectors, not flippers. No, I'm kidding.
No, he's not.
I'm kidding.
It's like the old saying, it takes money to make money.
Yeah.
But yeah, I bought two. I bought two of them. I'm gonna have what I would have liked to have done. I wish you could chrome dip them, but you know they're all resin. They don't have any metal parts to it, so can't really do that. But definitely gonna have them. Hopefully a little chrome electroplated and have them professionally painted. One will be like a Just Go style. The other one will be like right from the Annihilation Principle.
So you're keeping them both.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
All
Unless
right.
someone walks up to me with $8,000 for each one, I'm like, yo, take your pick.
Yeah.
Believe that. And anybody fucking tells you like, I'm not gonna do that. Yeah, you can go suck if you don't want, because that's absolute bullshit. Absolute bullshit. Right? So yeah, I will tell you that when I first saw it, for me, it's like sometimes certain pieces speak to you, like and I was like when I saw it, I was like, wow, man, those things really look good, because I love the Annihilation Principle on that Silver Surfer, and I thought he did a very, very good job of capturing that. Not to say I don't like the sideshow one, but I guess it was okay. But it was the only one we had to go with, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So anyway, that concludes the 1/6 scale discussion.
Telling you guys.
I mean, in the end, it all comes down to what works for you. Like a lot of people, 1/6 scale might be the way to go because of room. Because look, for any of us that collect quarter scale, we'll tell you it takes a lot of space to display these things.
Yeah, that's the second reason.
Mm.
I want to have a team. You know what I'm saying? You can't really have a team when you got cubes separating all your characters. You know what I mean?
That's true.
That's another big reason why I'm going into 1/6. I just want, if I got an X-Men
I mean,
I want all of them.
If you think about it, like take a basket cube. If you bought risers, you could fit 4 1/6 scale in each of those cubes, and it wouldn't look crowded.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I will say is the Kodabukaya stuff was done really well. I was really impressed with the Colossus.
Very nice.
I was like, those caught my attention, and I was actually pretty pissed when I found out they were 1/6 instead of 1/4. I was like, damn, I would have liked to have seen these quarter scale. You know what I mean? Like fully sculpted.
I agree.
On them, yeah. It reminded me both Jim Lee and of the Capcom games. I was like, wow, this looks really good. But they were painted well. They were painted really well. Like Ed Bradley does some fantastic work for them. Sosa did an amazing job sculpting for them, so they worked out. And I'll tell you, Chris, they were really popular real quick.
Yeah.
Perfect example though. Sosa's Spider-Man for Kodabukaya. To this day, is probably the best Spider-Man sculpting.
So, Chris, on the whole cube versus having your crew together.
Yeah.
I like both of them. I'm looking at Fates right now. I like his because what you can do with it is you could kind of celebrate one character, right? You could put like a famous comic book behind him, or you could do other art prints and stuff.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I like that idea. And I'm looking at Fate. He's kind of doing that right now. But I think when you do have a lot of pieces, yeah, it's tough to have like the cubes have separate cubes.
Yeah, like I got my my quarter scale collection, like the set that I'm not. Well, people talk, you know what I'm saying, but my plans are to not sell those pieces. You know what I mean? I plan on keeping the pieces that I have in quarter scale, and I'm gonna have those exactly the way Fate has them, 1 piece per cube, because I think that shit is class. I think it looks nice, but I also like when you could team build and you got a whole group of dudes together. You got Wolverine, Magneto, Cyclops, Gambit, Rogue. You know what I'm saying? All of them in one space. I think, I seen this one picture of this guy, bro. He had all the Boeing Spider-Man pieces. Like he had the whole Sinister Six set. He had Venom, Carnage, Sandman, Mysterio, Doc Ock, like all of them together with Spidey in the middle. And bro, it looks so fucking cool.
Yeah,
and then he had this. And then he had this custom backdrop, which looked like New York City apartment buildings, bro. It looked just crazy. When I seen that, I was like, nah. You see, like I love that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's just one thing I want to be a part of my collection as well. But I always love the look of the 1 piece per cube as well.
Green Lantern versus Parallax is probably the most underrated diorama in the world.
Yes.
Oh yeah, that one.
I had it. I sold it.
When I saw it, the first time I ever saw one of Tim's videos was that. And I was like, oh my God, that thing's so cool.
And that's the what is that? The Mike Turner flash for the Grot.
Yeah. I got obsessed with this stuff.
Yeah,
as you can see.
I remember when those first came out, I had picked them up. It was great. The Batman versus Croc is one of the best dioramas ever.
Yeah, so there's the black one. I went and at the Comic-Con, I picked up the blue one.
Yeah, I like the blue. I'm a diehard blue Batman guy.
Yeah.
Like a different piece with blue. I always thought the blue was better anyway. I thought it was better. It was better done. You know.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, but yeah, the blue. I remember the blue at one point was going for like $1,200.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and then fucking they whipped out a black one, and I was like, you motherfucker. You know, but.
Yep.
Yeah, but good stuff, man. Definitely, man. Good stuff in there. But yeah, that Parallax versus Green Lantern, man. What's so cool about it is because the Parallax tentacle is keeping the lantern suspended. You know, a lot of exchange, a lot of dynamic exchange in there. They did a really great job, except those wings are seriously very thin, right? Brittle.
Yeah. They don't stick on there that well either. But and what's crazy is Hal Jordan's two pieces. It's a magnet.
Torso, right? Torso, yeah.
Yeah.
And it holds, right? It doesn't fall apart. It holds pretty well.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
And the paint job is already
good. I know you was calling.
Huh?
Yeah, I was calling you to tell you that you had muted yourself. That's why we couldn't hear.
I didn't see the icon though. That's what I'm
Dang, man. So, anybody order anything new lately?
No.
Batman versus Bane.
All right. All right. Well, good.
Thank you.
Yo.
All right. Thank you for the compliment. And two,
no problem.
If you do want a gang of people having like one scene, it makes sense. Yes, the smaller scale is the way to go.
Yeah, for sure.
Like you said, I mean, because I can't imagine a bunch of quarter scales all bunched up. You're not going to get the same effect.
Yeah, man.
And that's why I was trying to quick. This is an old, I know y'all seen this before, but you see what you can do with the smaller scale, and it still looks good to me compared to a cluster of quarter scales. And that's 4 pieces, and you'll be lucky to get 2 quarter scales, depending on what there are.
Well, perfect example, if you think about it, Faith. Take the statues, I think they're 1/8 scale, of the bombshells. Now, if you had statues that size and you had a normal sized bookcase, because that's when you see my whole house floor, that's what I have my bombshells on, a bookcase. You could do a whole setup like he's talking about. Put the backdrop in, and you could have a whole battle scene going on.
Yeah, that's
because
awesome.
You have that much space.
Yo, and don't get me wrong, because I've seen people with custom cases that make quarter scale like teams, and it looks just as good. You know what I mean? But then you like PM them, like, yo, how much was that case? And then they tell you it was $12,000, and you're like, nah, 6 scale.
Well, yeah, the only affordable way to do that is what Tim did, which is buy the Paxes and then customize the shelves to support the weight.
Look at this guy's custom cabinet, dude. Look at this.
Yo,
Look at that top shelf.
I don't know if you know this guy, Jakal Mas, I think his name is.
Oh,
oh my goodness.
That guy, he's got one, man.
Bro, and you know what's crazy? Like, I'm pretty sure he works for like a glass manufacturing company, but his setup is the cleanest shit I have ever seen. Like, yo.
Yeah, but I guarantee if you ask him what he paid for it.
Yeah, no, I absolutely, bro. That's what I'm saying.
Because I remember back in the day before I moved, I was looking at doing a custom room that was built solely for displaying statues, and we're talking $40,000.
Jeez.
So I mean, if you want to spend that kind of guap, you could have anything you want.
Yeah, that's why I went the packs.
Yeah, man.
But I mean, it does look good if you could put them all together. Like the
Yeah.
top
Oh,
right,
of
right here.
course.
I love that, yo. I really
Yeah,
do.
with space. Yeah.
Yeah.
Soft white lighting. Yeah, it looks.
And you better be damn sure those cases could hold that weight, because we
Yeah.
remember the last video we saw with the guy's stuff all piled on top of each other.
Yeah, I like that Super Mario room.
Word.
Who's showing that? Oh, Carlito? Yeah, like Super Mario paint. Or whatever, yeah. Those are nice displays.
Any Predator fans in here? Or no.
Yes.
All right. Who said yes?
Carlos.
Carlos, what's going on?
Oh, what's up, man?
What's up?
I got I don't know if you look up Elm Studios. It's a company in Sweden. The guy does fantastic paint work. He's like one of the Predator guys in the business, horror guy. Me and another guy wanted to get some work done by him. So we're actually flying him in from Sweden to stay with Ralph, and for the whole month he's going to be working on our shit. So in July to August, I'm going to have a really huge update. There's going to have 2 Cinema Cat Predators fully redone, 1 Wolf 1-to-1 bust. Predator 2 maquette's going to be fully redone, everything taken off, and the Wolf LSF. So, huge amount of work that's going to be done. I look forward to sharing the pics with you guys.
Is this what you're talking about?
Who's that?
Hey, that's him.
This is
no.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
No, Elm. Elm. I think that's his. No, that's his. Yeah, that's his bust. He sculpted that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's his bust. He didn't just paint that. He sculpted that whole thing. That's his work.
Yes. What about it's a small.
There you go. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, man, the Cinema Cat. I actually already sold one of the Cinema Cats. It's customized. It's got a biomass that lights up on it. I want him to tweak it up a little bit, but it's sold to a guy in the Philippines right now.
That's a better picture.
Yeah, that guy's incredible, dude. He knows Predators. He's up there with Steve Wang, Casey Love. The guy he's done a lot of work for movies. You know, he's a great guy too. It was really cheap. Me and this other guy pitched in and have him come in from Sweden. It wasn't that expensive. It was cheaper to fly him in than it was to send our shit out there. You know what I mean? It's crazy.
Nice.
It was like $3,000. Some shit like that. Crazy.
I think
That's tight.
what is this fucking company called?
Oh my God! Look at this thing.
What's
You
that?
want to talk about a badass piece by this company?
Let's see it. Yeah, that's Elm Studios. Yeah.
Yeah, that thing looks insane.
Look at his he just doing a 1-to-1 alien bust. HD.
Oh, there's an alien.
Yeah, that's it. He's a good guy, super talented. We're gonna hook shit up. I hope you dig it, Carl.
Man, it's awesome.
All right, so what do we think about this?
Oh.
This new piece that just came out today.
Yo, I think it looks great, but that base is sad, son. It looked like somebody spilled Kool-Aid on the
Yeah,
floor.
yeah.
I don't like his right arm. I don't know. Holding his gut.
Yeah, I think it's all right, man. I think it was well done, but yeah, I think the base looks like a piragua to me. You know what I mean?
A piragua. Oh shit! I haven't heard that in a long time.
I haven't had one of them shits in like
Yeah,
7 years.
piragua is for you rich people. Piragua is a block of ice, and the guy scrapes it with
And
a
it's-
little scraper, and then he puts it into a cup. It's like ice, and then he puts like a liquid, whatever flavor you're looking for,
Grape.
cherry. Yeah, and then you just eat it. Yeah, they saw that shit.
I
That's
mean,
a
look at,
poor man's icy.
look at
That's a
even the
snowball right
blood.
there.
The blood on the sword looks bad too.
3-corner
Yeah.
snow.
Yeah, this
Oh,
sword was metal, but the post office rejected it.
Oh,
So
Post
Because-
office rejected.
because the claws are metal and the shuriken are metal, so the post office said there's too much metal in this, so they had to remake it. Now it's made out of plastic and
Never heard of that.
it looks terrible.
That shit looks exactly the same way it looked when it was metal, but just because Omar know that shit was metal, he's like, yo, that shit looks terrible.
No, they made these new batch of swords in one day, in like 24 hours.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, yo. That there's no excuse for that blood splatter on the base, bro. That shit,
Yeah.
I don't know. Like the prototype looks crazy. It looks great, but it didn't
Bro, it
translate
looks like
into the
it looks
production.
like period blood, man.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. It doesn't.
He
Weird.
looks huge. Is he supposed to be that big?
Oh, yo, and that's another thing.
Like
Yo, he's
130.
bigger than the Spider-Man comic cat, son.
Yeah, he's like
That shit is
130.
big.
Is it
Bro,
really?
the PF is still the best Wolverine I've ever
Yeah,
seen.
in my opinion too.
Yo, life-size Wolverine for me, man. The legendary skill.
Oh, yeah, the legendary skill.
Well, if you get one without the lean.
I know. That's why I had him bought one, bro. But if it didn't lean,
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Yeah.
You guys
The
ever see? You guys ever
The
see?
Wolverine PF is the most natural looking Wolverine I've ever seen. Holy smokes, look at this thing. Look at
I actually like things about it, but I think the body is really weird. I mean, they give him like fat legs and a fat ass. I don't get
no,
it.
they made him chunky.
You know what I mean? It's weird.
This is the best. This is the best Wolverine.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is. That is actually the best Wolverine out of them all. If this was in quarter scale, it would never be a need for
No,
another.
I'll give it to you, man, because they got the
Yeah.
same face that legendary skill got.
This guy's heavy, dude. This thing is heavy.
That is the best Wolverine ever sculpted, in my opinion, right there.
Which one on the maquette?
Yeah, right here. Yeah.
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 Yeah, I
Watch
like that one. Wow.
Watch me drop him.
Bro, that whole maquette, I'm telling you guys, it is incredible, man. People are sleeping on that.
Which one?
The maquette, the Hulk versus Wolverine.
Yeah, I believe it. I gave mine back. I didn't want it anymore. I just used it for something. I got it for something else. But yeah, that is. I would have just liked the Wolverine on a different base without the Hulk. You know, so
Yo,
it looks good. Yeah.
you know how like I identify Troy McDevitt with Hulk, even though people identify him actually. I actually identify Andy Williams with Hulk, but I identify Martin Cannell with Wolverine. Like this guy knows how to sculpt Wolverine. Every single one that he did is a hit in my opinion.
Can I tell you something? Did you ever see the Martin Canal, the other heads for the figure that he did that Sideshow didn't allow to be produced?
Yeah.
The unfinished head, the plastic head, those things were incredible. They were like perfect Wolverine heads. Everyone was going nuts. Like, why can't we have these? What the fuck, you know? It's $2,000 and we can't have fucking the change of quarters. Like, what the fuck, dude? Yeah,
Yo, the clothes on that thing, metal, bro.
yeah.
On the half scale?
On that little maquette, yeah.
Yeah, they're metal.
No, on the legendary skill, those six is metal too.
No, they're plastic.
Damn.
You probably get replacements though, right? Probably get metal.
Probably.
Oh yeah, definitely. If you hit up Warren Roger, he could probably get you that.
Yeah, they're actually, you could take them out too.
Yeah, but then what if you bump your display case and the thing comes down at you and stabs you?
That's the whole reason they're plastic.
See,
Yeah.
this is why
you
that
want
shit
your
doesn't come with metal clothes.
You want your kid running into it. You know,
Yo, everybody at the table at Sideshow was like, yo, we need metal clothes. And then Tim was like, yo, what if that shit falls?
Kill somebody. Yeah, dude.
That's why that shit got plastic clothes.
Works.
Well, just look at the pose, bro. If you have a child and it's running through the room
See?
and it steps and gets impaled,
This is why we can't have nice things, people.
Bro,
why is your son dead? Oh, my statue killed him.
you know I had a Wolverine PF, and before I had a shelf that was like a little higher. It's like right where the shield thing is, and I had the PF on there, and I literally I don't remember where I was trying to grab a book from the shelf from under there, and I went boom, and the thing went right in my head, like his claws, because his claws are like this, right? So it went like right in my head, and I got like a big cut here because of how sharp they are. I'm not joking. Yo, and the PF claws didn't even move. Like, it's like they didn't even loosen up or anything. I was like, oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
Because the PF is so sharp. Like those claws, holy smoke. So when I came down, I was like screaming. I was like, what the heck?
That's funny. Yo, I'm getting my first Prime One Piece, I think next month or maybe the month after.
What is it?
And it's the Frank Miller Batman.
Okay.
Give you some pictures, bro. Share them shits.
Yeah, I like
People
that.
are now getting them in hand in China, and yo, the production pieces, man, they look damn nice, bro. Let me tell you.
Blue.
Yeah, that shit kind of got me tight, but
This is the best statue I've ever bought right here.
Did they announce that they're coming out with a blue variant now?
it's just a bust.
Okay.
Oh, if anyone wants that, I can order it for you because I'll be there.
Where are you gonna be?
At San Diego Comic-Con.
Oh, shit.
I'm going to Garden City in another month.
Come say hi at the Pop Culture Shock booth if anyone's watching. I'll be there.
How do I unmute somebody? I accidentally muted Chris. Fuck.
He's got unmuted himself.
Oh shit! My bad, guys. I don't know how that happened.
The creator of the Star Wars Legends, Darth Talon, is going to be at City Comic Con. Let's see if I can get her to sign my Talon base and pay her to do a sketch on.
Right,
She's like the illustrator and the creator of the character.
Or send it. I'll get it signed for you if you want.
What's that?
Send it. I'll get it signed for you if you want.
Oh no, she's going to be at Garden City. I'm going to have early entry on Saturday, July 8th. I'm going in, getting my signature, getting my sketch, and I'm out. That's it. Nothing else matters then. Maybe
So I have a question for you guys. Okay, in terms of prop replicas, okay, would you rather have something that is more accurate to the movie or something that feels like the actual prop? Does that make sense? Like,
prop is a prop, so it's supposed to be movie accurate. So
yeah, okay. Like, let me give you an example. Like the EFX shield, okay, the shield up there. So there's 3 of them, 3 licensed ones. One doesn't matter because it's like garbage, but there's the EFX one and this one, okay? And the EFX one is more movie accurate in terms of color and brushed metal look. The problem is that it's fiberglass, so it weighs like 2 pounds, 3 pounds. So it weighs like nothing. And this one is not as accurate, but it's still licensed and it's still based on the Winter Soldier look. It's just not 100% off the movie replica. It's more, but it's solid metal and it weighs like 20 pounds. And if you whack somebody with it, you can kill them. Which one would you rather have? For me, I'd rather have something like this, but I want to get your opinion. Would you rather have something more accurate, even though it's sacrificing like authenticity as an actual shield? Or would you rather have something that feels and looks like an actual shield, but not be as accurate?
Nah, replica. You want to replicate what you're seeing. You want that shit to look exactly. You know what I mean? That's my personal preference. Though.
You'd rather it look like a shield instead of it feeling like a shield?
Probably, yeah.
I'd rather have one made of anime.
But you know what, too, man? I think it depends on the prop as well, yo. You know what I mean?
Because I had the EFX shield, man. Because I bought, and this is incredible.
Yeah.
Shield, and dude, I was like, I've never been so let down. It's like the Wonder Woman. It's like the Wonder Woman of props.
In,
like, so bad.
In reality, I guess it depends what you want it for. Like if you want it, like in your case, to hang on the wall so people could look at it, then yeah, you would want the real thing. But if you're using it as a part of a cosplay or whatever, and you got to walk around with this fucking thing on your hand, you're not going to want the 20-pound one.
Of course, no. I mean, like as a showpiece, like you know, what I mean, like hosting a museum, like when you tap it, like you know, what I mean, you tap, you feel metal. It's like ding, ding, ding. It's not like the fiberglass one where it's like you're tapping plastic. You know what I mean? I think.
Well,
I think. To me, what's up?
No, finish what you're gonna say.
I don't know. I think to me, authenticity as like an actual shield brings it to life more than actually like how it looks.
Oh, well, I'll agree with you because I've seen that door hammer you're holding, and then I've seen the cheaper versions of it, and there's no comparison.
Yeah, like this is so amazing. It's like 20 pounds and it's like front heavy, so like you can't even lift it. Bro, if you whack somebody with this, they are dead. Like dead. Brain damage, dead. So sick.
I think I'm gonna do start collecting half scale. I need some custom cabinets
Cut the shit.
for my half scale.
Oh my God. Those statues are probably bigger than your kids.
Could you imagine just trying to capture, like, just have a room full of half scales? And you try to put them on shelves?
Meet Junior.
The Alfie guy, he's just posing there with his half scales. Like he has a bunch of half scales around him. And like the Hulk is like his size.
I'll tell you, man, I was speaking of big statues. Now that I have the room, I was so tempted to get that 1/1 scale Iron Man, but I'm like, man, I ain't dropping that kind of money on a statue.
Blue, you better get that statue now. That's like the ultimate. I don't know if it was real metal, bro, and that was like some real Iron Man armor, son. That shit.
Oh, that you can wear?
Yeah,
I
man.
would buy that in a heartbeat if you could wear it.
That would be the ultimate man cave like accessory.
It's just like, oh,
There is one that you can wear it. Well, it's like $35,000.
yeah, all right. Well, if you're rich. Oh my God. Yeah, but that would be the ultimate. Come on. Who in the world would not want an Iron Man suit?
You know why? I think it's because it looks like an actual suit and it doesn't look like a character.
That's right.
That's why it's cool to have. And it's basically a prop. You know what I mean?
That's badass.
It looks really good.
Bro, this looks terrible.
What does? This guy?
Yeah.
No, look at the face. Look at the leather here. Or the fake. It looks like it's leather, dude.
There's a pacifier in his mouth. It's like
that's so he can breathe underwater, man.
My food.
That's so he can breathe underwater.
I know. It still looks like a pacifier.
It's the thing you put on a dog, a muzzle.
A muzzle. Yo, that thing is pretty awesome.
Oh, believe me, I was tempted to get the Harley Quinn, but I'm like, do I need 2 Harley Quinns?
What do you guys think of this 1/4?
This is gonna be made by Onage.
He's fighting Wendigo.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool, especially you like the Dios.
Yeah. He's
Look
kind
at
of big though.
skin. Look at his skin. Look how realistic it looks. That's Onage painting right there.
So it's going to be another maybe 5 years before we see that?
Yeah, basically. Actually, is it 2 to 3, maybe 4?
Yeah, I was going to say probably at least 3.
Yeah. It all depends on how well the person knows owner.
Lou, are you picking up that rocket?
Who?
Lou.
I don't know. I mean, what is he going for?
It's like 270 something, I think.
It's possible. The only one I really don't like is Groot in the set. And don't get me wrong, I know it's true to the comic books. But for some reason, for me, the movie Groot is cooler.
Yeah, I think more people have a connection with that Groot, the movie Groot. Yeah.
But that was the only one because I had.
in the comics? Does he always say "I am Groot," or is that just a movie thing?
No, he says it in the comics
Yeah,
too.
he says it in the comics. But it's just everyone is so attached to the movie version, especially when he became the younger Groot, like Baby Groot, and then that other one.
That's the genius of Disney marketing, because they know they're going to sell a lot of toys with that cute Groot.
Exactly. And now, spoiler alert, if you haven't watched it, but I would think you've seen it by now. Eventually, we're going to get teenage Groot.
Oh yeah, the post-credit scene.
Yeah.
Yo, guys, I'm gonna call it a night, man. How at you guys next week, yo. Good night, guys.
Have a good night, man.
No problem.
Yes.
We're gonna end it in a little bit anyway.
Mm.
But I do like how Rocket looks, and what I do like also about it is the base matches Gamora's.
Yeah, I think all these are going to be companion pieces.
Oh,
Gamora, Angela, yeah.
Yeah, they all have the blue crystals on them.
Yeah. I want to get the whole line.
Yeah, I'm waiting to see Star-Lord because that's the big one for me.
I don't know if they're going to make that. I think they're going to abandon this. I don't know.
How do you? That would be fucked up to make Guardians of the Galaxy and not make Star-Lord
Yeah.
the main character. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I'll be all up in it if they make it, but I don't know.
That would piss me off to no avail. Like, I got Gamora, I'm getting Angela. Well, come on, you have to make Star-Lord.
Yeah.
A lot of people are pissed that Rocket can't mount or wasn't designed to mount on a Groot.
That's my problem with it as well.
I kind of like it this way, though. I think because every other piece I've seen of Rocket and Groot, Rocket is always mounted on the shoulder. I don't know. I think it makes this kind of unique, though.
If they did it where, like, see, that's the thing. You could go out, and this is what I may do. I don't know. But you can get the Gentle Giant, Rocket, and Groot, which I prefer. And you could get that cheap right now. So,
yeah,
it's both characters.
Yeah, I think it's like $200 to $300, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is probably going to cost you closer to $900.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that's how I thought about doing it.
Did you have to buy this? Do you have to buy that? Can you buy them separately, or are they a package deal?
Yes, they're sold separate.
Yeah, separate. I think if you buy them together, you get like a $50 discount.
Yeah, something like that. Mm-hmm.
What's fun is they're going to ship this out, I think, what is it, next week or the next 2 weeks, Rocket by himself.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think they applied the discount to Rocket. So you're probably going to see the discount mostly on Groot.
How much is Rocket?
Yeah.
It's like $280.
$280. Is that, you think that's a fair price or no?
Nah,
see, that's what killed me. I saw it, and right away I'm like, oh, all right, this will be cool. It'll be like the Thor frog or dog or something like that, where they were affordable. For $150, I buy it, no doubt. But then I saw $275. I'm like, get the fuck out of here! You could buy almost a whole full-size statue for that price.
Yeah, man, it's way too much.
Oh, I have one thing. If anyone that's watching right now,
God, that's tiny. He's the size of the apple. What the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
yeah, this way. If anyone on the chat or like is watching has the Mary Jane Comiquette, the 7-inch one from Sideshow Collectibles, like the J. Scott Campbell, I'm looking for that if someone has it for like cheap.
The one where she's on the ottoman, correct?
Yeah, I want that to just like put it on my bookshelf. So if someone has that, that would be cool. Thank you.
Yo, I want the Hulk versus Spider-Man. If anybody wants to sell me that for cheap.
That's a little harder of a sell.
Yeah, I know.
The gray one?
I don't want the gray one. I just want the green one, guys. But I do want the lights that light up, so I want the exclusive. So don't let me down.
Yeah, I am. If anyone has a Resin Works Superman, I'm definitely interested.
How's that custom Iron Man going, Omar?
Dude, I might be putting that on hold right now because number one, I can't find the painter that is actually free to actually paint it, which is so annoying. And number two, I just have like so much stuff I need to finish. Like I have so much schoolwork and work and yeah. And the base the base sculptor is kind of giving me trouble too. So I don't know, man. It's just so many issues. Like it's really exhausting, man. Like I can kind of understand why people charge so much for custom work. It's really like exhausting, especially like I'm basically making like no money off of this. But if it's priced anywhere under 725, 775, I will make zero money. Like it'll just be break even money. It's just like all this time and effort. It's just like it's hard.
That's why so many people don't end up doing it or abandon it.
It's just too much money to fork up front. You know what I mean? Like to fork up 35K and have like no return. You know what I mean? Like
Well, exactly. That's why you see a lot of people take a pre-order deposit first to get some of that money.
They take it before they even like print a piece or fully sculpt it. Like how disrespectful and rude is that? You know what I mean? Like that you're basically taking people's money based off of nothing. You didn't even put any money into it. You know what I mean? Like Sideshow finishes the whole product first. You know what I mean? And then they take your money. Like and that's why I was already like I wanted to start production right after I take pre-orders. You know what I mean? That way it's like everything is done. But these people that are like they literally sculpted just a face and they're taking pre-orders like
oh, I've seen pre-orders taken just off a digital sculpt.
That's crazy. People have like so much like
I'm like, that's putting a lot of faith into somebody. Because they'll tell you straight up to non-refundable deposits. So you say, oh, the digital sculpt looks good, but then when the actual piece is sculpted and it looks like crap, you shit out of luck.
I'm looking on eBay right now. Harley Quinn's gone down in price.
The PF?
Yeah.
Dude, everything has gone down in price.
I think it might be time
to buy.
But I mean, Harley Quinn?
Yeah, but I've seen everything. Dude, the Harley Quinn that I want for the bombshells has gone way down in price, too.
Is it because it's summertime?
No, it's just the OG from Sideshow that used to go like $1,800. Now it's like $12.
Which one?
It's literally that the resellers are starting to realize, because nobody's bidding on their stuff, that they're not worth what they were just a while ago because the hype's starting to wear down on a lot of this stuff.
Well, I mean, I saw an exclusive Harley Quinn's PF sell for $300 on eBay. Like, Jesus.
Somebody got a great deal on that.
Yeah, this one's for
$200.
$200.
It all depends on striking times. Like I've bid on a piece that I'll put a bid in and I'll say, there's no way in hell I'll ever win it for that, but the hell with it. It's worth a shot. And then all of a sudden you'll get a notice from eBay you won. And you're like, seriously? So
like,
it happens.
You're like, I didn't want to buy that.
Well, no, I wouldn't bid on something I don't want, but you'd be shocked. You're like, oh, I guess I got to get the money now. But you're like, I never expected to win that for that.
Yeah. I mean, I don't mind. I mean, I guess it sucks, but I mean, it's good because then some people, could buy something that's pretty expensive at a cheap price.
Statues are always going to fluctuate.
Yeah.
They'll be hot 1 minute. Like if you go and you try to buy something right when a movie comes out, you're
Oh, yeah.
paying top dollar. Same thing anyone will tell you with collecting comics. You look at a first appearance comic. Now, if the Suicide Squad came out tomorrow, that first appearance comic goes up, or it doubles in price. About a year later, when no one gives two shits, it's back down to regular. So it's all about timing.
Someone's outside.
I don't know where that's coming from because the three people on the show are all indoors, unless suited for gaming near a window. I don't know. But
No, that's not me, man.
all right, well then I don't know where because we're all indoors. But that's basically how it comes down to. I always tell people, keep an eye out. Never pounce on the first thing you see unless it's an epic deal. And 3, buy at the right time. Never buy something when it's hot.
Yeah, but dude, the Harley Quinn sold for like buy it now for $300.
Yeah, but there's one that's like $200 right now for just bid like a regular. That's the thing though, is all these people on the way eBay works is they usually go by the last sold. So if someone does sell it at a low price, like it's going to bring the price down. So it's the same way as if someone pays for a high price.
That's the problem with on the other side of the coin, is you always see some jackass who has money, doesn't know about collecting, just sees something really cool and they're like, fuck it, I'm gonna buy it. And they pay, let's just say, $7,000 for a Doom. Guess what? Now the next time Doom goes up, eBay goes, oh, you have a Doom? Well, the suggested price is $7,000. So now, oh shit, let me put it up for $7,000. And all of a sudden, they're all up for $7,000.
Well, yeah. Well, the people that are selling it too, they see, you could look at like what has sold recently, and then you could see, well, okay, my piece is going for $400. I'm going to list it, for $450 or whatever. So, and I'm seeing the price in because I've been following the Spider-Man Kotobukiya 1/6 statue. That's gone down to $350, $400, depending on if it has the box and stuff. But I remember it was going for like $500 or $600, but I still don't want to pay $300 for a 1/6 statue. But
yeah, I'm telling you, this market is so dead. These pieces are going to be worthless. You'll see.
Now mark my words, what you just said, I have been saying that forever.
Yeah.
And I have been saying to the people who were going out and dropping $4,000 and $5,000 on a piece, you're going to want to put your head through a wall when they're not worth anything anymore.
I emptied out, man. That's it.
You guys think Thanos is destined for that fate as well? Especially now that they've announced the edition size.
Everything is at some point.
The exclusive will stay 12-1300. After, in the beginning, it'll go up to like 15-16, and then it'll level up at 12-13. The regular will be worth like $900.
The point is, in the end, from somebody at myself who's gone through the comic book crash already of the 90s, I can tell you for a fact, I had tons of Bowen statues, tons of comic books worth of everything. And when that crash happened, they weren't worth shit. I held on to them. I never sold them. And then eventually they went back up in value many, many years later. But it's just how the market works.
Yeah.
Now is the time to sell. If you're a collector and you even have the inkling of getting out of this hobby, now's the time.
The only stuff you keep is stuff where it's like you're not gonna get
like a Doom on Throne. It's never
Gray Hulk, Green Hulk. These are the pieces that I will tell you they will hold value. Doom, Gray Hulk, Green Hulk,
Gambit.
Even Gambit, I think it'll go down to around like 900, like the Venom Comic Cat. Maybe it'll go like 1,000. It'll stay at 1,000, I think. But I mean, like stuff where it's like, I mean, like stuff that will really hold its value and will not go down is the Grey Hulk, the Doom, and probably like probably a couple of like those like really really rare pieces. Like I don't know if you guys have seen the Batman in the Cave, stuff like that. Predator Cinema Kit, the stuff that like you never go.
Yeah, I don't see Magneto on Throne going below 15, but
yeah, Magneto on Throne, like that one, the one you have.
The XM.
Oh, dude, that will hold value. Yeah, that will hold value. That one is like is already up there. Nobody's even selling it anymore. That one, remember
but
that?
Yeah, but the normal stuff isn't going to.
All these like $1,200 pieces, like the Grails, that the people are saying Grails. I don't think they will last. These things they're gonna take a hit. Look at Venom Comic Kit, man. Venom Comic Kit took a huge hit after a bunch of these Venoms came out.
That's right.
Took a huge hit.
Yeah, that was selling at one point for 2,500. Now you can get it for 12.
Yeah, Cartel got it for like $900 shipped.
Jeez.
It's going to be a good time for buyers such as me.
Yeah,
that's right. Anybody who's buying these things for the love of them and they're looking to just put them in their room and enjoy them, you're going to have the best time of your life. But anybody who went and bought all this crap just for selling value, if you don't get out of it now, like Omar did, you're going to be sorry.
Yeah.
This is not to stay into for a business.
Like
I love the Ghost Rider, and I will buy it, but I will buy it when the market goes to shit.
Smart.
Because it's not a piece. Let's put it this way. For me, there were must-haves. Magneto on Throne, Doom on Throne, whatever. Those I knew that I was going to get regardless in the end of how long it took and what they were going to cost. But, Ghost Rider I like it. No. Would I be happy with it? Yes. Would I die without it? No. So I could afford to do something like that.
yeah. I mean,
Ghost Rider, wait, man, it'll tank.
Mm.
Stuff that's really big to house. That's the first stuff people.
That's right. That's
like
right.
These half scales and these 1/3 scales. I'm telling you, like, that unless you really, really love the character, or you buy like 1 or 2 max. Like if people who are buying a collection at 1/3 scale, dude, you guys are in for a big shock because.
Right, because think about it. If you're the normal person on the street, like we were talking about, and comics are hot right now, so you go, oh, this is awesome. I'm going to get some of these big Batman pieces, these half scales and whatnot, and they're going to look great in my house. All right, they might look great in your house right now because comic books are hot. But then all of a sudden, 5 years from now, no one gives 2 shits about comics, and you start looking at it and you go, this looks like crap in my house. Now you're trying to sell it, and no one gives 2 shits, so you can't get any money for it. That's what it comes down to. If you're somebody like us who's got a dedicated man cave, and you can do that, and everyone, your wife, whatever, is fine with it, cool. Then you can do that. But if you're putting them in your regular house as decorations, eventually you ain't going to want them anymore. And by then it ain't going to be worth anything.
That's sad because I'm trying to keep my DC 1/3.
You have
I'm trying to pick up.
I have a couple of them too, but again, I keep them in the man. Well, they're in my room right now, but I could fit them in the man cave if I needed to.
Yeah, I'm saving up a wall for them. Yep.
How many 1/3 do you have?
I'm planning to get 5.
dang.
Yeah. So the Arkham Knight, the Hush, Batman, and Superman, Wonder Woman, and I'm thinking about that Lobo too, and that's pretty much it. That's the extent of my DC collection.
Yeah, well, like me, for instance, I've got Batman, I got Harley, I will pick up the Red Hood.
Get the freeze. Get the
No,
freeze.
no, hell no, that's way too big. Friggin', I got the Natiri, and technically my ARH is 1/3 scale, but because of the way it's posed, it doesn't take up a lot of room. But then I got the Conan, so that may be it. I might get one more Batman-based one because 3 is kind of weird, so I might go for the 4th. But that'll be it. And chances are it'll probably end up being Poison Ivy. But although I did see somebody put Batman and Robin together, and they look pretty good.
They all look great. Don't get me wrong. It's just they take up so much. Not even the 1/3, like the half.
The half are ridiculously big.
Bro, the half are so big. Like, unless you're like Carlos, where you make love to your statues, it's not gonna work. I'm telling you, like those half scales are the first ones people like go up. You know what I mean? Because like you can have like 3/4 scales or have one half scale. You know what I mean? You can have 3 like.
Oh, it's so true. Plus, think about it this way. I know 5 or 6 people who used to own 1/1 scale statues. They had such a hard time selling them that they had to take like pennies on the dollar because nobody had the room to put them in.
Yeah, at that point, you want to charge it rent.
Right? I mean, because if you're paying, say, $7,000, which is about what a 1/1 scale goes from Sideshow, to $7,000, you go to sell that, you'll be lucky if you get $1,000 for it.
Dude, half scales, you'll be lucky to get retail.
Mm.
Last time we saw a half scale go for retail price. Never. Like,
Hell,
never.
you seen how many of us that bought the Transformers and had to sell them took a loss on them because they were too damn big? It's the same thing with these half scales. Nobody wants big ass pieces.
Well, they do. It's just they don't want it for a long time because
that's it. That's the point I was making.
Right. So that's about like that Megatron man. I remember someone was selling it for like $1,600. You know, Megatron retail for like $2,500 plus shipping, and he's selling it for $1,600, and he couldn't even get a bite.
I'm telling you, that's why when you had found that buyer for me for the Optimus, I jumped on that because that was a great deal for what the guy offered. You don't see those selling for more than $1,500 anymore.
Yep. That guy, and he paid for shipping too, eh?
Yeah, when you told me what he offered, I was like sold like that. I didn't even hesitate because it was a great deal when you see what they're going for. I've seen them in comic shops for $1,500 because they sit on the shelf collecting dust.
Have you gone to any of the shops around here yet, Lou?
No, I did find out there's a Coliseum of comics not too far, so I'm going to check that one.
We got to meet up on the weekend and go to some of these places.
Yeah, definitely.
I've been thinking about that. I've been thinking about to text you. I've been super busy with work, man. It's been stressful.
Yeah, and me with some classes. So yeah, definitely. Also, you know, I don't want to. I'll tell you after the show. But another collector who's been on the show is moving here to Florida. I don't want to say it just in case you didn't want no one to know. So I'll say it when we go up there. But he's moving to Florida as well.
Oh shit.
So we're getting quite a bit of collectors over here.
It's a mecca down here. I'm telling you, dude. Wait till we go to these stores and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But
and within the next, I'm going to say week to be safe because I know I could slack on things, but because I'm always busy. But I'm going to be putting up a shit ton of statues for sale on and collectibles in general, not just statues. On the buy sell trades, you could hit me up on here on YouTube if you want. Facebook, they'll be on there. And then eventually, whatever doesn't sell, I'm going to try to find, like you were telling me, a comic book shop that might just buy a collection, simply because what you see in the room is staying, but there's a lot of stuff that's still in boxes, and there's no point.
Yeah.
Just tired of having shit that could be money in my pocket sitting on the shelves in the garage in boxes.
Did you sell your Marcus Phoenix?
No, I still have that.
You keeping that guy?
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's tough, because here's what happens with me. I want to sell them, and then they have nostalgia to me. But I kind of got to be more, I got to think of the word. Yeah, eventually I'm going to get it. I'm playing Gears 4 with my friend right now.
Yeah.
On Xbox Live. But I'm going to get the Gears tattoo on my chest. I've always wanted it. But
it's a favorite game of mine.
Yeah, it's my favorite game of first-person shooter of all time. So that, and then Halo is next. But that's what it boils down to. I think if you're not buying these things solely, also I got to talk to Fate because I have a ton of the Funko Pops, but the rare ones that you had to be members of clubs to get them because they were all the exclusives. And I'm getting rid of those because I don't need to collect them. But it boils down to, like I told you, like Omar told you, now's the time. If you want to get rid of collectibles, do it now. They're still worth something. I can't guarantee within the next 2 to 5 years if they're going to be worth squat. So.
Yep. That's exactly it, guys. Think about it, and yeah.
Yeah, that's why I buy stuff that I just want to keep in my room. That's why, I'm buying weird DC Direct versus statues. I know they're not worth that much, but I like them. So I'm buying stuff that I want.
It's like I've been doing. You've seen Omar will tell you when he knew me at first. I was buying 25 statues a year.
No,
pre-order. Now I got 2. So it just tells you I'm no longer just buying any old thing. It's got to be something that I know is going to stay in my collection.
Even the stuff that you're buying, Cass, there's not a lot of risk value to it, right?
Yeah.
It's not like me or Lou where we buy a piece where it's $1,000. You know what I mean? I haven't bought a piece that's under $1,000 in so long. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I won't do that.
Yeah.
I mean, but the thing is, I'm buying so many statues that I'm spending over $1,000. You know what I mean?
But it's easier to collect, right?
Well, yeah. Well, I just bought Doomsday, right? That's $500. I just bought Wonder Woman, that was $300, right? So that's what? That's it. Or not Doomsday, Darkseid. So that's $800 right there with 2 statues. So it adds up.
I'm sure though eventually, as we can all attest to this, you'll run out of space, so you're going to have to slow down.
I mean, you could just put it in a box somewhere.
Yeah, but see, that's what happens. You're going to get in my realm then. And then you look at it one day, like when I had to move, and I said, holy shit, dude, you're a hoarder.
Yeah.
That was the realization. I looked at all this crap that I collected for so many years, and I'm like, holy mother of God, how can you buy so much shit? That's what the realization came down to. I had, no joke, for anyone who doesn't know, a 2-car garage filled floor to ceiling, front to back, with boxes. And on top of that, a storage unit, front to back, top to floor to ceiling. So this is just, and I've sold a lot of it. Now I still have a whole garage left, which is what I'm trying to do with what I told you, selling the final lot of it. But it was just everything I would see, and oh, that's so cool, I got to buy it. You know, when he comes to selling it, you know, it's got personal that it means something to me. I can't sell this.
Yeah.
And then you start to feel like the people on the show. What do you mean? It's crap. It's garbage. It's something you buy. It's not a family heirloom. It's not, you know, something like that you need to have. Oh my God, you start feeding. That's when it's a problem. I would go, and a lot of hardcore collectors will tell you this, whether they're willing to admit it or not. And I know me and Vic used to talk about it. But you get to a point when you're collecting where you fiend. If you don't buy something over a month's time, you start going, oh my God, I got to find something to buy. You know, it happens, whether people believe
every
it
month
or
I
not.
bought something, dude. I've got 43 statues like that are over $100 at least in this room, and I'm like, I wouldn't want to sell them. So yeah, I don't.
You guys want to see my inventory list of 2017, 2016?
Is your pre-order?
No, this is just the stuff that I had like in my inventory before I sold it. And then this is my second list. See that? All of that. That's crazy. And I
See,
sold
this is why I like this chat, because when I don't know if Lou remembers, but it's Lou and Vic who got me started in this hobby, because I was collecting just video game stuff. Then
Same way I started.
Yeah, then I got the Good Smile Ninja Turtles, and then I saw Lou's videos just being suggested next to my video. Like, let me check this guy out. And then I started seeing this Immortalized in Stone chats. I'm seeing all these statues, and I'm just getting. I haven't even bought a single one yet, but I'm already hooked, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm going to buy that one, I'm going to buy that one, I'm going to buy that one.
That's what happened. And here's the thing. I always prided myself on, and Vic too, when we started it, we're trying to be real. And that's what we're continuing here. I don't want to lie to people and say, yeah, you know, go out and buy this for $1,000. You know, all of this, because I don't want to see people get burned. Now, you can have that list of stuff you want, and if you play it smart, you're going to get all those statues you want, and I bet you for a great price.
And that's exactly what Vic told me, because I put all those things on the comments in one of your videos. And Vic was like, whoa, better slow down, buddy. And that's when reality strikes, and you're like, yeah, I got a budget for this.
Because, you know, when I got into this, I went after, I got in Vic too, after most of these grails were already gone. And we had to buy most of our grails. Now, me and Vic, the key to our collections, and to me even to this day, I go on eBay every friggin' day. I'm going to be honest with you. Do I buy? No. What I do is I search for all the pieces I'm interested in, and I check. Because once in a while, you're going to get that guy or gal who needs some cash, and they're selling the thing dirt cheap because they need cash quick. That's what you pounce on, not when you see these ridiculously priced pieces.
Yeah.
So it's all about patience in this game.
Yeah, I would have bought that Harley Quinn for $300. It was a buy now.
If people knew what I paid for Doom, they'd cry. If people knew, for instance, when I got, I'll tell you, because I've said it before. Silver Surfer I bought for $400 when it was selling for $14.
Oh wow.
Thor I got for $400 when it was going for $12. So it's all a matter of, like I said, time and patience. And guys, don't make eBay your end-all, be-all of collecting. Comic book shops have great deals. Tim will tell you they always have percentage off days. A lot of collectors on Facebook are selling things at a much more realistic price range than eBay. So there's a lot of avenues in collecting to look into. eBay is good when you find those deals, like I said, where someone needs quick cash now. And check out mine when I put them up, because I'm going to be selling a lot of things at very good prices. I'm not looking to make a lot. I just want to clear out inventory. So you will get good deals.
You
Are you selling that Mary Jane comic kit?
No. No, but I was hoping when you said you were looking for something that it was something I was going to sell. And then you said that, and I'm like, no, that's one of my prized pieces.
Who was the artist? What's his name? The comic
That
book
was
guy?
J. Scott Campbell.
He was at MegaCon. You could have had that signed.
I have his entire line, and I like all of them. Yep.
This is like one of my favorite prints.
I kept hoping they would do his Spider-Gwen, because I love his version of Spider-Gwen. So I wish they would do a statue of it.
I gotta get off, you guys.
Well, I'm ending it in 2 seconds. So, but his version of Spider-Gwen is the exclusive variant that I have, and I have it CGC. So he doesn't. I love his style of drawing. All right, guys. So I hope everyone enjoyed. I hope we gave you some insight. I say think about everything, especially now, highly before you throw your money down. And as always, collect smart. So Tim, just hold on. I'll tell you that name right after we go off. So guys, as always, thanks for watching. We appreciate it. We appreciate everyone in the chat room giving us comments and asking questions, because it helps give us topics to talk about on here. So until next week, have a great time and peace.
Thanks, goodbye.